Alright, gamers, how we doing? Good to see all you. I know, me on a Sunday. It's not a thing that happens typically, but I took yesterday off because I had some other stuff that I wanted to take care of, so we're here today. Hopefully my connection and stuff cooperates. I have no idea how stable it is on Sundays. It's just been kind of bleh, you know? But hello, it's a me. How you doing, Nunu? It's Akata, Loke Boys, Sen, Brendan, Viper, Likeable Rip, Twist, Ame. Ame. I feel like I mispronounce your name every other time. I never remember which one I settled on. I apologize. My brain doesn't work. Adulting moments, it do be like that. It's a Sunday fun day. Sure is. It's been a while. Life happens. Glad to see you stop by when you have a moment. I don't mind. Okay, well, feel free to correct me. It's an open invitation. So I've been enjoying doing like weird Wonderlands content, be it speed runs nobody asked about or challenge runs that people are like, "Hey, why are you doing this?" So I decided I'd ride that energy a little more. And am I? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. I figured I'd combine those two things. And we're doing a Feral Surge playthrough. Now, this is not a, no gear from level 1 Feral Surge playthrough. I took some time yesterday and ran some Feral Surge through various Chaos levels with various gear levels. Hey, Priz, how you doing? And we're doing it'll be low Chaos, but it's in Chaos, level 40 Feral Surge run without guns equipped, without melee weapons equipped, and without a spell is the plan. So our damage is going to be entirely from our damage is going to be entirely from things that happen when we press our Feral Surge button. We'll have a Wyvern companion flying around, and our fists. I will only use guns if I absolutely need to like advance the story. And I figured I'd also I set it up so I've got a keybind, so every time I press my action skill button, it does increment the counter. Um. Oh. ISP no like me doing things on Sundays. We're good. We're chilling. Um. What's the other thing? Oh, also I figured I'd put a timer on. It's a speed run too. So since the playthrough with the hammer throw setup only took a little over 3 hours. I don't expect this to take any longer than like maybe 4. Out of all the lingo loops, I swear you're saying words and it just sounds like English. You'll pick it up. You'll pick it up. It's even more a challenge than Feral Surge only because you're losing 3 enchant slots. Yes, I allowed myself to do one thing that isn't normally possible, and I put the Feral Surge cooldown enchant from melee. I put that on not my melee weapon because I don't have a melee weapon. So I put it in a slot you can't normally have it, but I have no damage increasing enchants. So like it's just Feral Surge. Already geared at 40 in some chaos, doing campaign with it, sweet. Mm-hmm. You guys will see what. I guess I'll start time from when I get control. Gives me a second to make sure this thing's working.
Time's up! Okay. Valentine, you've just drawn your own face over the character sheet?
It said draw your hero, and I'm my own hero.
Okay. And Fret, it says your starter sword does murder 1,000 damage?
My bad, I left off a 0.
Okay, no plan! Fret and Valentine can't be trusted with pencils, let alone dice. So it is up to you, newbie. You are the faker. And these fools shall be the
hopefully this works.
Then you better be a badass. We're here to
There we go.
slay evil and get gold.
I know you see me as a role model.
So every time I hit
leave,
F,
you'll be a great
it's my action skill button.
All right, one last thing.
It increments the Feral Surge counter.
This is a role-playing game, baby. That means you do not break character voice. Kapiski? Break me off a piece of that.
I'm looking to find some coin.
And I'll start time as soon as I get control in the Snoring Valley. So, how's your weekend going, everybody? Do we have expectations for what kinds of numbers we're going to see here?
Prepare to enter a world of fantasy.
I don't see anything.
You gotta imagine it, knucklehead.
Just close your eyes and wonder.
I wonder how many it's going to take.
You have arrived in the Snoring Valley, an unassuming and peaceful corner of the Queen's that harbors.
Hey, Vexy, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Goes a long way. Thank you so much.
You journeyed far to be here, heeding the call of the Queen.
The queen.
Damn bridge is out.
You recognize one of the Queen's waystones. It seems to call to you.
So if anyone wonders what
A fallen tree falls
we're doing gear-wise, we're a Hammer Zerker. I've got a Selected Amnesia, a Protagonizer,
species called
a couple of ability damage Sharksbanes.
Apparently, it only grows in this one valley.
We don't want that.
A cave, though the magical hoofprints continue through the cave. The rocky ceiling dips low.
She's just a girl.
And I've got a body rune.
Who knows when to stand tall and when to crouch.
Yeah, work them sweet glutes. And if you get it running
Favorite things about
smooth,
Wonderlands?
couch, you'll slide around like a cool
I really like the frameworks. Like, it has in a bunch of areas. Like, the diversity and difficulty options, really nice.
crabs. Luckily, they were
I also think that the Chaos Chamber is a great activity.
What's this?
It would be
that's right.
more universally loved if it was next to other great activities rather than just being the main thing about the game.
And left a powerful
Um,
weapon for you
I also love the melee system in this game.
of a fate maker.
I like the build diversity. Now, it doesn't have as much in the way of build diversity as Borderlands 3, but, you know, that's a hard bar to reach anyway, so I'll forgive it.
Still put holes in someone.
Overworld was a much better system than Vehicles as a whole.
Fantasy,
They managed to capture the joy of
Find your right
giving each item its own identity and effects really well. Like, you don't really have situations like,
but beyond
say, you know the Barrage in Borderlands 3? It's a legendary doll AR that is just kind of completely unremarkable. We don't have anything like that in this game. Each thing feels unique. Each unique feels like it's got a purpose.
Break some bones, fate maker.
So, those are some of the things I like about Wonderlands.
Holy crap, they might reach the Dark Master! I gotta book it!
Yeah. Whatever he's talking about. There's a loot chest up on that tower. Get them loot.
Ribula!
Hey Crook, how you doing?
Ooh, you found a ward. That's like a magical shield above your health. Pretty sweet. Uh-oh, a rock slide bars your way to the village.
How do I handle this?
Ruined! All is lost!
Very
Is Feral Surge whenever you want? No, I have to operate under like the normal cooldown rules. But I did put the enchant that shaves off some of your cooldown on a piece of gear.
I never lost.
Ahead, you hear the roar of raging fire.
We'll barely survive that. I am running Selective Amnesia as well, so,
Already
you know,
crawling with skill.
surviving sometimes interesting.
We're here to avenge the village.
Great, thanks. How about you? Doing pretty well.
That's for making me look at you.
I didn't need to surge into that barrel. Okay. That's one of the problems I expect throughout this run. And we do have a Wyvern Companion. And our Fists. When we absolutely can't Feral Surge.
An extra powerful skeleton
But I expect things like that are going to be common. It's fine. Warm up. We're practicing. We're practicing. As you can see, not the easiest thing. So we have no range capabilities. I'll do final mission Dying Light 2 before Bessie comes over for some chillin'. Nice. I just showing up to play a TTRPG. DM says, no, I don't trust you. Shit, this is not a one-player game. You two just advise, commentate, and shit.
Part. Revenge.
So we'd be dying in the starter area.
A single villager remains
To barrels.
in the carnage. But she looks bad, baby. She looks like she's about to die.
Might as well say
Flying units. Look at the name of my wyvern. I don't know if you can see it. It's in the bottom left above my health bar. It clues you in on my plan for flying enemies.
Free of charge. I'm looking for the Dragon Lord.
Smite or Blood of the Fallen? Yes. Why would I run Blood of the Fallen?
The tomb is inside a crypt. The perfect hiding place.
No, seriously, think about it for a second. Why would I run Blood of the Fallen? Feral Surge already refunds if you kill enemies with it.
The ruins of
I have Headsman's Enchant on my body rune. Yes, I know that's not normally possible, but
over there.
it's to facilitate me not having any weapons equipped. Like, I get cooldown back from just a couple punches anyway.
Wait. I thought we already beat the Dragon Lord.
That was forever ago. He's a necromancer. It's hard to legit kill him to death. After you guys went bony toe to toe, Queen Butt Stallion locked his butt away. Castle Harrowfast is a crumbly, tumbly ruin. No one is left to watch.
More duration for my surge, obviously. Obviously.
So, skeletons.
Yes, girl. You're picking up on it. When you got more than one gun, you can switch.
Yeah, like when the only thing I'm killing with is Feral Surge for the most part,
Tina,
Blood of the Fallen has no
this
point
quest,
anyway.
I could
So.
be the bunker master.
And if I run
Lies barren, hella decrepit.
this multi-class combo the way I do, I get a cheat death from Indomitable, I get the extra damage formula from Awe, get a little bit of tank from the Clawbringer tree.
Magic. That's the stuff.
With the spell book equipped, you can cast the frost spell contained within.
Ice magic is extra strong against the undead. They got none of that greasy flesh to keep them warm.
Now, how do we get into the tomb crypt? There's gotta be an entrance around here somewhere.
Ash time!
The bone-dry air of the crypt whips past you as you hurtle down into the depths. Smells of old stone. Older steeds. You hear a rumble and a booming laugh that seems to come all around you.
Get stuffed, ghost.
I found it! A tomb inside!
There we go. I deal with the Meldon Theodore. I'm doing a playthrough, so I'm not gonna deal with those. Feral Surge viable at endgame? As your primary damage dealing method? Absolutely not, but you can support it enough that it can be a secondary source of damage, and it's a good
Feel its
movement
magic
tool.
within your chest.
There's also worse action skills at anoint uptime, or enchant uptime, so like, not as a primary tool, but you can absolutely make it a supplementary thing. Like, if you wanted to run Feral Surge as your action skill on a melee build, you could, and it's fully viable.
The resurrection ritual has begun! Tremble before Rivula!
I'm not. I'm trembling.
Kick his ass!
I only took one for Reveal. I should have let him hit me first to turn on Amnesia before I surged, but it's fine. Keeping track of things like making sure my Amnesia's on before I hit surge, killing enemies for kill skills, or I suppose kill skill being just the body rune bonus element.
Dragon Lord. Let's do this.
Thinking that your plan for Bernadette is the pet? Yes. For anyone who can't see it, my wyvern's name is #1 Bernadette Hater.
Never beats the villain in the
I did do some test runs against a couple bosses at as high as Chaos 50 actually. I allowed myself weapons for that. I didn't really use them, but I did have like a twin soul equipped. But yeah, I confirmed that you can do Dragon Lord this way. Also did Banshee, Vorkanar, Drill, Wastard, Nightmare. Oh, I forgot to read the prophecy. Reading issue. Below or 2-hour Dragonlord fight. It's actually not very long. You'll see. Like, it's literally only the Bernadette phase that takes a little bit. And as long as this is another reason why we have Clawbringer Capstone, because that's just some additional chip damage on any enemies in the vicinity when I hit the button. So even if I don't directly hit with Feral Surge, I can hit them with that.
Did you hear what he said? Shiny, friend, neighborhood? I know where he's headed. He's after Queen Butt Stallion.
Do you turn up Chaos level comment? I mean, if it's too easy, maybe we turn up the Chaos level a little bit later. We'll see. Fully optimized Feral Surge can still kill basic enemies at C100, like by itself. It's just the boss fights would become awful. So this playthrough, I did not reset my shrine progress. So I do have Zumios the entire time this time.
We can settle this peacefully if you just give
Chaos level? I'm on Chaos 1 right now.
Let's get cooking, little Cinder. I never get tired of that. A credit to the brave.
And I figured I'd justify that
Looking for trouble.
by also not having any weapons or spells equipped, including melee weapons. And I also didn't go as hard as I could have with skill tree optimization and stuff. And yes, Backstab survives this playthrough, Viper. So, like, I didn't go absolute max ward capacity with unarmored defense, because, you know, but I want to be able to die.
Newbie. Don't worry,
So yeah, showing the gear, if you care. Protagonizer, Body Rune with an enchant can't normally have, but that's just because I don't have a melee weapon. Amnesia, Sharksbane.
jerks at the table can't hear me. It's just us down here. Hey, I know I'm the man, but I still just wanted to wish you luck on the whole quest thing. Not that you need luck, right? I mean, you're the fate maker.
A massive skeleton army is sieging the city! Fire bolts! Skelly ships land on the beach, unloading evil cargo of skelly-men's and skelly-women's. There's bombs raining down!
C for effort. C marks. Who's a good boy? Forgotten before they hit the ground.
Morning, homie data. Something build craft, something.
Skeleton flashed the hole of the barrier! The defenses are breached! You see a lone figure fighting back against the endless tide of skelly-men!
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of scream in this playthrough.
His armor is scarred by a
Amnesia be
betrayal
like.
of honor.
Oi! You, citizen! Over here!
the only one giving these bony pricks a hard time.
Didn't know paladins got to swear so much. Might have signed up myself.
Do I bloody look like I've got time for manners lessons? I'm up to my codpiece in undead. They came out of nowhere.
Aye, the Dragon Lord has returned. Seen for myself.
I would love dialogue skip, because then I'd be doing even more
Him later. Right now we have to
runs
break
like
this.
this.
The undead have
Because that probably cuts out like a full
the walls. I need
40 minutes of the playthrough, honestly.
Tina, I know you like explosives, but can you make it more fantasy themed than C4?
Right. Good catch, yeah.
Yeah, right. Here, take this, fantasy for.
I should also mention that I am still playing on intense difficulty. Which matters because I do 15% less damage, enemies do 15% more. And that is a separate multiplier from the chaos stuff.
There, the catapult is straight ahead. Good luck, citizen.
I really miss this part. Been too long since I conquered anything. After a few centuries, you get that conquering itch again, you know?
Well, that's settled, isn't it? And death is your reward.
Slap that fantasy onto the catapult. Now set it off. You're damn bloody clear.
Hey Mugro.
Catapult explodes into
Very important question, how you doing? I'm doing okay.
Bloody brilliant. Keep blasting them back to the grey hells, citizen.
Okay, so Paladin Mike isn't mine, but I
You know, usual stressors and stuff, but
said I could use their B&B character if I wanted, and I was like, hell
today I'm adopting a control what I can control, try not to stress about what I can't control mentality. Streaming's a good distraction. There's Indomitable. So something I'm gonna need to keep an eye on this playthrough is having health vials like in the area so I can grab them when I need to.
No touching a miniature. But launching yourself with a catapult sounds cool.
Taking
so
my fucking nails off.
this.
I don't know how to do this. I might need to actually use a gun for this. It's just, you know, not in range. So that's the kind of thing I will equip a gun for, but I will immediately unequip.
To construct. I'm out here creating jobs, you know.
You looking for trouble? Found it.
Dawn of Wall is the name of the level 9 fighter feature in regular D&D. Indomitable's such a great skill. I mean, most cheap death style skills are, right?
Good for you. See, while you're having your little heroic tantrum,
Obligatory fuck Wizards of the Coast.
are all
Is it a more of a Hasbro
getting
thing?
ready to burn the place to the ground. Oh, this is great.
But
We're all
yeah, you know,
having fun.
both, either, whichever is relevant.
Whoop, you're stranded. Here's a nice bridge for you.
I've been waiting for that bridge to pop up. Bloody infrastructure edict finally came through. Hey, you showed those boneheads what for? One of the Queen's Waystones. No way! I've never actually seen one of these before. Are you a fate maker?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
bloody impressed. Only heard about those
Also, I'm just noticing, Kingman, when you asked if Feral Surge is viable at endgame, it said Fetal Surge. And now I'm just imagining baby sounds as I hit the action skill.
Aw, man, you're doing so well. Too bad I don't have anything up my sleeve for this.
Smashes through the gate!
Bollocks! Put those new powers to the test, Fate Maker.
Oh, that was a miss.
Don't keep trolls in your sleeve. It gets hot in there and they don't know how to get out.
See what happens?
Just waiting for this OGL stuff to somehow affect Disney, then I'll grab the popcorn. Disney owns everything, so I'm sure eventually that'll happen. Is there a tabletop game of a Disney property that's popular enough? Maybe then Disney will care. There's gotta be. That is a BB sound, Nunu. You are correct.
Yeah, let's kill these idiots in seconds.
The tide of skellymans and trolls wanes. You've held off the assault.
That all you got, Dragon Lord?
Watch it, Fate Maker. You haven't even seen me try.
Over here, Fate Maker. Honestly,
Apparently Hasbro started a break after they saw a massive loss in subs to D&D Beyond. Yeah, they're losing subscriptions, their call centers being flooded, their emails being flooded, their social media is being flooded.
stop their ground assault, but there's some undead that made it into the city.
Better hurry if you're gonna
And it's
start
putting them
this.
in direct opposition to the prosperity of some beloved community things. Like, for example, there's a lot of Critical Role stands, and like this stuff is targeted at people like Critical Role. So like that's immediately gonna put you on people's shit lists, right?
Words, open the bloody gate before I shove leaves down your throat.
Word ban? Oh no! All right, 10 minutes. I can't say
Into my own
the banned word in question.
teapot.
It's definitely him, guys. Open the gate.
Come on.
It's wrong, Craig. You haven't touched your Kingdom Hearts Borderlands game. Yeah, I saw that one as well, Barrack. Non-wizards, tabletop companies are like, hey, you know, we're cool, like us.
As you enter Brighthoof, you witness total carnage.
I said word once already, didn't I? That's the one. Yeah, I just realized. Took me a minute to process.
This is soups fresh. Come on, we have to clear the city. We'll make our stand in the main square.
Yes. Push on, my armies of unyielding
Oh, that was a barrel.
Once I take this city, the whole world will fall into my hands. Is this working? I want you to hate me. I'm talking
I almost cliffed there.
like an absolute rage. Smoldering within. I'll sort you out like a housefire.
Yeah, cube.
Just let me know if there's anything else I can do. Mentor figures I can kill. I'm all ears.
Hey, Lazy, how you doing?
Hey, girl.
Yeah, Lazy, I've been on this weird challenge run kick for this game.
Counterweights.
Yeah,
I'm doing no guns, no spells, Feral Surge
Works
playthrough.
every time.
This is Chaos 1.
Come on, main square is this way.
The skeleton who brings me the Queen's Diamond can't get one of those.
It can go higher, but the boss fights get really boring if I go too high in the Chaos levels.
Like a fence post.
Like, I tested this at 1, 5, 20, 50, and 100, and doing it this way seemed the most interesting. It's like, you don't see too much of a difference against mobs. Basic mobs, ever. Badasses start getting annoying once you get around, like, 60. Bosses... Yes, it's been figured out. Hey, Pupty. Bosses get annoying once you're at, like, 15.
Queen! It feels so good to be a hero.
I hope you remember this. I gave it a shot playing by the rules. Now, I'm gonna have to start breaking them.
Hope you're well today.
The Fate Maker wields great power in the face of evil. It feels like something lost long ago has been found again. It feels like
I'm up to 3 already. Wow.
Bloody brilliantly done. Over here, Fate Maker.
Don't make me run.
Smile smugly like this every time I redeem it.
You are the hero of Brighthill. Now, about this bloody Dragon Lord business. I'm sure the Queen will be eager.
I've got a few other ideas for playthroughs like this. Like, this is very doable for Barrage, for example, and with fewer restrictions, honestly. Bosses would still be really, really shit. On anything other than, like, low-ish chaos levels. But you could definitely go higher. And, like, you could do Chaos 100 with Barrage. It'd just be really annoying.
Feel it. It's busy.
Thought about doing it with Dire Sacrifice.
Yes, I did, and it was in honor of the Queen.
Dragon Lord VA did a great job, really solid work. Yeah. Classic Will Arnett. Just
Yeah, okay. So,
chewing the scenery.
She says you are the bravest Fate Maker the Wonderlands has seen in generations. But though
Started
you
playing
are
BO4 Zombies again, I'm so shit, but at Prestige 6 have like no camo progress, so I'm fucking around with that. Yeah, so they cut the camo, like, the headshot requirements in half for the box-only weapons. Literally, I shit you not, Viper, a week after I got Dark Matter. Like, it's like they saw me grinding it out and they're like, oh, okay, fuck you, but everyone else, it's it easier.
Murder this whole quest and everyone in it. I want that sword.
Or I'm not even trying anymore.
But it's in the right spirit. Mostly.
Hurts. It does hurt.
Her Majesty says that the Sword of Souls is hidden in the Shattergrave Barrow. She will
Do I have to
be
wait?
her personal-
I'm not gonna. Look, gamers, hey, Vocal, how you doing? Okay, now I know for the next one I don't have to wait through that dialogue. Most of the day working on stuff. How's you? Doing okay. Doing another meme challenge run speed run
Flint says that the
thing.
sword was hidden here in case the evil souls
'Cause why
fell from
not?
their grip. Hey, you little cute.
We're already at 72 Feral Surges, and that's with me holding back. I know I said it again. 5, 6. That's 6.
Here for being possessive, but the joke's on them. I'm gonna get to the sword.
ISP, please.
Then the Dragon Lord's gonna make me his right-hand lady.
Hey, she's just trying to make us learn exposition. Shoot her in the face a lot.
Second message was me dropping my phone.
And evil. Not like you, cutie idiot.
That's how more conversation should end.
Reminds me of the time in college we played King's Cup and someone drew the Rules Master card. He said no pointing. We're already buzzed. Oh no.
That's not gonna work on me, you cutie dummy. I told you I was possessive. That body sucked anyway. I'll go get a better one.
Did you hear what she said about me? Not that bad. Nice try. But she can't retcon turning me into in an auto campaign. No, wait. There was that one other guy. The sorcerer, job stealing hack. Handsome though. Handsome.
That one's bigger.
Oh,
Not gonna kill me that easy.
She's ruining my favorite part of killing things, which is that they shut up and stay
Inside the mausoleum, a chest catches your eye. Ooh. It's a dark magic spell.
Ooh, magic gives you health-stealing powers.
I think that's the last mandatory item pickup in the run.
Morally gray.
Doing a little
7.
huh? I knew you weren't completely boring. I'm still gonna beat you to the sword. Let's
In King's Cup, Ring of Fire absolutely adore getting the Question Master card. I didn't answer the question you asked, they drink.
like your grave.
It's toxic.
Don't make me run.
Soul takes off for the large ruins up the hill.
Come and get him, boys. Buy me some time, would ya? Tell the Reaper I sent you.
Viva Stallion coming in with.
Sunday Quack stream, what is this? Hey, Asa, how you doing? It's a makeup stream. I didn't stream yesterday, and my schedule's been inconsistent enough recently, so I wanted to just,
The
Do
Royal
it.
Majesty says you will need to find the Tome of Fate and read the Fate Maker's Creed aloud. An entrance
Oi, who's that?
Your voice echoes through the dust.
Ah, what is that? Damn it, kill it!
We're freaking out.
As the mimic dies, it belches out the goopy Tome of Fate. You're gonna have to read it aloud on the altar outside.
My old nemesis.
Reading?
Out loud.
Place the Tome of Fate upon the pedestal and read out the Fate Maker's Creed.
a day where you do your nails.
Divide us. Fate brings us together.
Ooh, I like that. Fate brings us together. That's going on my vision board.
Do you really believe that, Team?
Nah, girl, that's just fancy butt crap. But, I guess, it's
Idiot, you caught up. Not gonna do you much good though.
the moldy barrel was filled
We do have a lot of movement speed,
it's full of mist.
and Feral Surge is a great gap closer.
What a shame you and your stupid queen are gonna die. Excuse me while I slip into something more.
I'll say you exclusively eat nails. Hey, T-Dog. Feral Surge looks cool to use. Oh, it's so cool. It's just... Only reason it's not more popular is it doesn't really hold up damage dealing wise at endgame, but
Dead for good.
As the hulking body of the Zomboss collapses,
you can still optimize it more than most people have bothered to do. Mora Huntress, how are you?
you have impressed her royal hotness with your
Time's up,
courage
only 7. Let's go.
She will now grant you entrance to the sacred chamber.
My nails don't get done. Feels very weird. Hate it. Looks dope. It's like perma nails and chalkboard energy for me. I wouldn't get like acrylics or anything, but I still think that we gotta normalize painting nails for every gender identity and such because it looks fucking cool.
Almighty robot policeman! How do we kill this zombie axe for good?
Give me that sword. You can't even use it right. It needs to be charged with soul energy. And that only comes from your
So close. It was a good try, Home Data. It was a good try.
living things.
I can think of at least one soul nearby that needs absorbing.
What? Not like that! No!
Good. Glad to hear.
The Sword of Souls.
So for anyone just joining us with this run, the way we've done this is Chaos 1. I am using, you know,
Newbie!
optimized
Now you must take the sword.
C100 build
A town portal.
armor and amulet and rings. But I do not have any weapons equipped. I do not have any damage increasing enchants. I have one enchant. Normally goes in the melee slot for Feral Surge cooldown refund. I'm doing melee attack, but I put it on my ward instead because obviously I don't have a melee weapon equipped. So it gives me no damage advantage or anything. Just lets me be styling. while doing less damage.
To bring the sword to the fountain in the main square.
And yeah, no guns, no melee weapon, no spells, unless I need to equip one to advance the story.
Soul energy swirls through it and out in the city.
Can't wait to barbecue some bastards.
All the fires are extinguished. The houses get put back together. The crowds are cheering for you.
Hey, Mr. Glenn, how you doing?
Thanks. I love me too.
I tried to see if you were gonna stream today, so I could just do this after your stream, but
Gonna do something special for ya.
I decided to just go live anyway. Just woke up, I figured. Blue or pink? Let's go with blue right now.
It really captures how I
But all the way to C100, not sure how I feel about that, because the release weapon grade makes it barely doable. New X weapon found yet. Why would you need either? Ascended is still the top. Ascended is available at C50, and it's still the top all the way through C100. I also did, a few days ago, I speedran a full Chaos climb from Chaos 1 to Chaos 100.
People keep calling me the hero of Brighton.
It was 8.5 hours. Which is about comparable to a casual playthrough from level 1. And also keep in mind that every level above 50 is elective difficulty, and it took us less than an hour to get to 50 from 1. So you do not need to do it. Also, overall game balance improved because of the C100 patch. I should really pay more attention during this, but it's fine. Barrier is still viable, still extremely good.
And, that way that only tavern keepers can do.
Welcome in. Welcome to Izzy's Fizzies, where all liquids consumed on premises are just soda and nothing else. Are you the new fate maker who fought off all the
Barrier would be like probably the peak of what gun build mobbing looks like. Very relevant to spell builds and have utility applications on melee builds.
I'm only joshing ya, fate maker. You did us a mighty fine favor. Now, out of thanks for saving our city, let me avail you of our amenities here in the Soda Tavern. Here's a magical quick change.
If I get burned out on BL3, build crafting, make it Wonderlands another shot. That's pretty much how a lot of the build crafting community for BL3 views this. It's just like a non-BL3 thing that like sort of scratches the same itch. BL3's got a wider scope of things you can do, but if you're ever looking for a different feel, you can just pop into this one. Lets you flex the same muscles. Friends here, have a lovely rest of Sunday. Quiet and quietly. Take it easy, Frank. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good time. The reason I wouldn't say Inferior is the peak of gun build mobbing is because Ruby Spike Barbaload. You can Barbaload on Shrikes. You can just use Shrikes with Barbaload, son.
So impressed that she wants to knight you. Bloody congrats. Come meet us in the main square.
And with that, you are not bound to getting a kill to get your damage. Your trigger finger also doesn't fall off.
What? Heroes don't pillage? No, we're almost done with the quest.
Missed the 69 surge, he did.
The queen is dead.
Honestly, if they could have skill trees like this, the same love and care TPS2 trees had, love this franchise in a whole new way. The trees in this game are pretty well set up. Like, what makes you think they're not to the level of the TPS ones?
She really
I'd say they're definitely on that level. There's some things that could stand to be, done differently next time, but that's true in every game. I'd say this game has the best skill tree design of all the Lands games. It is a bit similar to TPS in that I think most people wish there were more things to use those skill trees on. But it's definitely in the same spirit.
Okay, so, a great, big, booming sound rings out.
What now?
I think so. I guess I just have bad memories from all the bugs. I'm gonna say it again. Name me a Lands game without disappointing bugs. It applies to all of them. Just kind of something you expect. There are still several skills in BL3 that either do not work as advertised or do not work at all. There's still a skill on Gage in BL2 that literally crashes your game on certain platforms. Salvador is a buggy mess. Gage is a buggy mess. You know, it's par for the course.
We're in mourning.
You are in mourning. I'm getting that sir in front of my name.
This is awkward, but am I still
Opinion on the subject doesn't matter. I still wouldn't really call it favorite playstyle gun build, snipping terms. It is something that you are using guns and not necessarily having a gun playstyle or even dealing gun damage.
Or just crouch.
Hey, Etrigan, thanks for the pasta. The appropriately salted pasta. Stream changed my life completely. I suffer from severe NaCl deficiency disorder. I had to visit the hospital 5 times a week for salt injections. Now, however, watching your stream supplies me enough salt through the screen. You've saved me money, time, and effort. I can't thank you enough. I owe you my life. I'm happy to continue to work the salt mine for you.
But it'll have to do. For your new quest is none other than to save the Wonderlands.
Recognize Gage is a big bag of bugs, but I refuse to hear this blasphemy. Gage is my most played Borderlands 2 character. I'm right there with you. Like, I'm not only a Gage main, I'm a theory crafter, so I'm painfully aware of the design flaws. Still my, default BL2 experience. I still like playing Gage.
Ahoy to you, Squire of the Realm! Ahoy! We need a ship. One that's not on fire.
Let us begin construction post-haste. Come and craft your new vessel here at the dock.
It's me an axe and forehead. If I was to do another, unmodded or not revamped character design playthrough of BL2, I would probably play Axton. Just because I'd want to highlight how underrated as a character he is. Axton's the Flack of his era. People unwilling to put a second of thought in labeled him bad, and it carried forever. When he's got some of the craziest potential tech you can do.
I don't want to deal with sea curses.
That's just how it works, man. Gotta follow the rules or get cursed drowned.
Unfortunately, our resident bard disappeared in the invasion.
That's why music's a fool's errand. If the armed guards fell to the undead, what chance did a man with a loot stand?
Super good. Just spent so long getting shit on. Yeah.
He fell in love with a skeleton and they eloped.
Flack went through the same thing.
Man, you can bless your ship. Though he is only a half-bard, still, he may now be your only hope.
Gage of BL2 with the Ricochet is literally why I kept playing Borderlands games. Never had a designer design a whole mechanic character on people like me who can't aim well in conventional FPS games. Not only that, the accessibility of Gage is great there. Homie did I absolutely agree. But it's also such a basic way of,
In a good way.
like,
It's a big old mess.
Borderlands and Lands games are at their best when they are subverting expected gameplay. So, things like Tedior Furior, weaponizing your reload button. That's something most shooters don't do. Building around everything in your kit that isn't your traditional gunplay, point at target, shoot target. That's subverting the expected shooter gameplay. That's where these games are popping off. That's where they're best. And Gage is so interesting because she does that for regular gunplay.
It's right there. It's in the way of our
Like, compare Salvador and Zero gunplay to Gage gunplay. Entirely different game. Entirely different. Salvador is shoot gun, and then you shoot gun harder. Zero is you shoot gun, usually this type of gun, but not necessarily this type of gun, and you occasionally wait before shooting your gun. Gage is, hey, shoot, but not at the enemies. This single target gun, multi-target gun now. And hey, don't reload.
not buying it.
Simply more interesting.
What an epic belly rub you shall have. Come in for a hug.
Who's the BL2 character of most powerful easy gear requirement, like Hellzerker, 3-shot flat, etc. There's no specific item interaction, pre-encounter stacking buffer, no unnecessary thing. Like, in BL2, I mean, isn't that just Salvador existing? Axton? Well, we know that isn't true, Huntress, because if it was that accessible, then I don't think people would have spent as many years shitting on Axton, you know? Like, Axton does require a degree of presence of mind and thought in what you were expecting and how you were building. And I think the question is to avoid things like that.
A fearsome dragon returns, eh?
Okay, we unlocked the cheese curl.
As you put the key into the lock, the powerful ancient meteor.
Didn't get to BL2 that much, so I don't know all the details, etc.
Woo!
Yeah,
Returning to the
I would say the thing that matches what you ask best would just be Salvador as a whole. Also including the playthrough experience? Yes. Axton's raid boss kills on Hyperius and Vor stand in the spot and have good inventory management. And yet, there's still people claiming, as recently as 2022, I don't know if it's happening in 2023, that Axton literally couldn't kill Veracitus on high OP levels. There's people making that claim. I've seen it recently.
Just how
Like,
deep are we talking? I need a dank ranking. You gotta rank the
I know over the last month or two, Jolts has been putting out some OP10 raid bossing content. I don't know what he's done specifically, but
Diamond loot kill.
whoa.
I hope that that's helped dispel some of that stuff.
Remember her name.
If we're going pillaging like I said, maybe we could have stopped the Dragon Lord.
Isn't Axton one of the best raid boss killers? Yes.
Play hero.
Yes. That's what makes it annoying. Because it's not that the power isn't there, it's that people just can't be bothered to be responsible for their own,
Never get tired of that.
you know, inputs, decisions.
half bard, half barbarian. He's a little distracted at the moment. You'll have to get his attention.
Give me back my magic, you pieces!
What does Axon do? Give me a small rundown. He's extremely good with grenades. He's got the best aggro redirection in the game. He's got the best movement speed in the game, the best reload speed in the game. He might have the best fire rate. I don't know if he's max fire rate, but he's up there. And yeah, he's also the TDR guy.
What's wrong with the loot?
Final makes you reset your playthrough? No. I save edited for this. Sal's most fire rate? Cool. He's definitely peak on movement speed though, and that's huge. And the aggro thing is like, you know how powerful Red Fang is on Flak? Yeah, Axon just has that for his turret. Except he can put his turret on walls.
And sending it back to me, which means I can do things like this. Suddenly, a barrage of skeletons attacked the unsuspecting idiots in the forest. They came out of that crystal. You gotta destroy it with your badass red weapons and spells.
Extra peanut butter this night. Forgotten before they hit the ground.
Doo-doo. Why were you showing up on the minimap? That's rude.
I don't do warning shots.
This is the opposite of respecting nature. Compost these phony bags.
Axon still can't do Vora quickly, at least the original strat doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know current strats, but I know that it's very doable. More of a matter of people just not trying. And you can always look at BL2 time trials boards and see that OP8 Vora was done. Not that BL2 is likely to ever pique my interest again, but if it does, I play Axon. Yeah. Can do it, just takes 20 plus minutes.
So the Dragon Lord is using the crystal thorns
There you
to
go.
leech the magic out of the forest?
See, now that's what I'm talking about. Why don't we get into the magic stuff?
Axon does Beehawking better than Maya, because Maya doesn't have damage.
Not if I use it to give orphans enchanted chamber pots. Boom! You look real dumb right now.
Don't see the hype behind Maya. Pretty lady blue hair. That's it.
A credit to the brave.
Maya's Reaper and recompense memes, immolate memes.
Magical loot solo number 2. A horde of skeletal foes emerges, ready to
I don't get why people cream their pants for Cloud Kill. Same reason people go absolutely nuts for things like the Light Show, the Hellwalker, Cloning Matting Tracker. It got a lot of hype when it first hit the scene as something accessible, easy to use, easy to understand, that did enough for most things in the game. And a lot of people conflated that with, hey, this is the best. No, it's just what you know. Not even remotely the best at most things once you get to things with difficulty. Useful. Bad would be a lie, but absolutely overrated. Want to try Hustle Delibird with Gravity Sandy Shocks? Do it.
Hero, I have one question for you, and one question only. Explosions?
Sure.
I knew it.
meet you, hero. Perhaps it was fate.
Recommend Zero for beginners. You can do guns or melee. I find Gun Zero to be the most boring shit I've ever done in Borderlands. It is absolutely mind-numbingly uninteresting. But Zero at least does have fully viable melee and interesting movement within his melee build. So, for that reason, it's not my least favorite character in that game.
Forgot who you were dealing with, did ya?
It's still my personal favorite overall, and I think it's specifically because of the simplicity. Sometimes simplicity is a strength. I think every game with, like, multiple character classes and stuff should have a more simplistic playstyle option available. Just because variety is the spice, and sometimes you want that kind of gameplay. I think Commando in Risk of Rain. Sword in Hades. No, simple. Melee Zero is still one of the best executions of an archetypical rogue in my eyes in a first-person environment. Melee Zero is just one of the happiest accidents they've ever had. Melee Zero and Melee Krieger, like, really, really good. No one shot? Mighty Chad have an opinion on Gage. We talked about Gage a little bit. Gage is a character that's kind of, got some unfortunate design flaws, but still my favorite in that game because she subverts traditional gunplay so thoroughly and on so many levels, to the point where it makes what is normally just very bland, risk-free gunplay into something totally unique and interesting. And Borderlands is at its best when it is being wacky. So the theory crafter in me is like, this character has some pretty glaring flaws, but the casual enjoyer in me still loves playing Gage.
With high-level characters. Between you and me, we had a thing, but then she left me for the maelstrom of endless insanity, which, you know, I mean, good for her, guy's a hunk.
Don't be weird.
No! The heart of the forest is already corrupted! You evil! You took away my magic and my best friend! I'll never riff again! Hey! Someone out there!
I'm the only person who loves getting hooked by a badass Cyclops, so you can kill them immediately after. It's sometimes helpful, Atris, yeah.
Before the corrupted heart.
Huh, Feral Surge has enough radius for that. Yo, Synergy, thank you for the Prime and the 1 year. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Hope things are treating you well. Being a Krieg guy, I ended up finding a way to make the Deathless and Austin's work in a Krieg melee build. Ooh.
And you, I know you. Come in.
You
I don't think she's 18 in 3, Huntress, because 3 takes place 7 years after. So I'm pretty sure Gage isn't 11 in 2. But either way, don't be weird.
can you fix his magic loot? He needs to bless our ship.
Can I? She's just a girl and she's on fire. There you go, Quack.
Quack Quag Chad.
Quack Chad to you as well. Came to sub and lurked, now I need to leave. So suffers and saying bye. High Synergy, bye Synergy. Thank you again. Hey, less than an hour to get to get through Banshee while screwing around. That's good. Yeah, I think we could totally finish around the 3-hour mark if we sweat.
Okay, let's get this stupid blessing on the ship.
It's not stupid. It's just how the rules work.
Well, then the rules are stupid.
My loot is charged to magic. Now put me at your noble vessel.
Time for Feral Splurge.
That's all.
Feral Splurge? Oh no. Thank you for the Prime Matrix for the 7 months. I appreciate it.
That piece of steak. You're braver than I thought.
Why is everyone besmirching the good name of the good ship Balzania?
Because it's a piece of crap.
No, your precious rules are what's a piece of crap.
I see them. It's you. Your party is divided. We can't cast a blessing with these vibes. We need a jam session. Lay down a beat.
Best part of this game, even experiencing it so frequently hasn't diminished it for me. It's still the coolest.
Correct. Valentine likes playing bunkers and badasses because he gets to feel like a hero and he's willing to ignore the rules in order to have fun.
Fine. Valentine. I'm not trying to kill
She's
your
just a
fun.
girl
I
and
love
she's
bunkers
on
and
fire.
badasses
There's the alert.
because of the rules. Think about it. In the
Time for
real
Feral
world,
Splurge.
it just happened for a
Yes.
reason. Here, I know how things work. It's relaxing.
Yeah. Now the harmonies. Add some magicite.
How many Feral Surges do you think we're gonna hit on this playthrough, chat? Like, I could use it more for movement. I've been holding back on that. I should just stop doing that. But how many do you think it's gonna be?
Valentine, Fret uses the rules to have fun, which means
Favorite part of the game? Hey,
sometimes
Manic Geek.
seriously. Okay?
I guess I'm
Feel so bad for Valentine here. Oh yeah, he's got some legitimate concerns here.
Worrying about how much fuel our spaceship has and blah blah blah. In here, I have a
Man just wants to play the game and stop thinking about life.
quest
Too many rules get in the way of that. I feel him.
instead of just, you know, the idiot who crashed our spaceship.
What is this kumbaya bullcrap? We're almost there. Just needs one more thing. We need some ding-a-ling. Ding-a-ling on that thing-a-ling.
Gotta have more dingling.
Garbage. More ding-a-ling. More.
Brett, I swear an oath to try a little harder to pay attention to the rules.
Thank you. And I swear I want to help you complete that quest and keep the good ship Balzania safe from harm.
I declare this party of heroes undivided and very visible.
The bands. They're too powerful. This is the blessing. It's a blasting. I cast magic missile. Wait.
Magic fucking missile.
Wait, what?
Wait, wait. Will it
Hey Nine, how you doing?
Wait. Load. The hour is nigh, adventurer.
Quack on a Sunday. Yeah, my ISP doesn't like me doing anything lately, much less on a Sunday. It's extra unstable today. My apologies on the quality, but
I care about nature.
It's so beautiful. New ocean. I'll see
Red is like, rules are my fun, and I fully agree. Valentine just wants to go one day without consequences or thinking about anything breaks my heart. Yeah, it's a relatable, emotional position to be in. Good, how are you? Frustrated with some shit. You know, this being one of them, but enjoying cooking up these challenge run ideas.
Our well-thought-out, character-rich story continues.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
On one hand, I've got a lot of walking to do now. On the other, completely dodged scurvy. Net win.
Alas, the good ship Balzania has sailed her last. Rest in pieces, my sweet maiden. Rest in pieces.
So, if the entire ocean's gone, can we just walk to the Dragon Lord's pyramid?
Alright, Mugo.
Yeah, totes my goats. But, though there is no water, many slightly damp dangers remain.
Arcus stops at nothing.
Oh yeah, we got Zoomios. We zooming.
Just to get our story back on track, and you strummed along, happy to play your little game.
Oop, poisonous seaweed blocks your path.
Or if it's on the job? Okay.
Until you can find a way past it.
I see your path is blocked by poisonous seaweed. Usually not a problem if you can just swim over it.
Borderlands on Epic. I hope you got the credit. Kind of fun. Gonna start all over again.
The greatest in my family. The solution is my sea kelp solution. It will melt them away.
I do not have an Epic creator code, but
Turns to stone.
the exclamation point Wonderlands thing still works, I believe.
Blast and
Affiliate link.
The solution is not ready. I need the essence of pure snot.
Talk about it after stream though. A lot of words, like a lot. Okay.
Retrieve it for me.
For Eidolon Farm, we look for a specific role in parts, just any Eidolon. Spell crit bonus. So you're going for a max gun crit. So you can have, I believe it's 46% crit is the max crit roll for Eidolons. I want to say it's 46. You're looking for 46% crit Eidolon of the element of the spell you're using.
Deep within that cave, find the essence of pure snot. Fight your way through. Come in for a hug.
Bad luck or bad choices. Dead all the same.
Ouch. Thought said I'd buy it on up your Steam. If I, oh, sorry, no, you don't have to be sorry about it. You're all good.
Close enough to smell. It will be
I hope you enjoyed the game.
Can't wait to
Sometimes starting over
barbecue
can be
some
fun.
bastards.
Look out for it, thank you. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I think maybe a barrage run on like C50 could be fun. Yeah, that's a gun. I don't want that. I have next to max rad on my guns. Hang on, let me zoom over here first. If I have next to mags rad on my guns, they're all cryo guns, Ass Revolt, or any reason to run any other bonus elements and corrosives on most, so I'd have big circles find this guy done. Overloading on bonus elements on most generally isn't a good idea for gun builds. Like next to mags on Mo's is almost always a bad idea. Because bonus elements do not interact with each other. So you will just have several bonus elements of minimal to no value at all. And you'll have weak short fuses and weak base damage. Whereas if you just increase your damage, it will increase the bonus elements you have, and your short fuse, and your regular shot. You'll just be performing at a higher level, regardless.
The idiots continued their long, pointless quest, traipsing through the wasteland they made.
Also, Cryo outperforms Corrosive on Mo's, provided you have superior firepower specs, and I don't think you need an additional bonus on gear. I think at that point it's just better already. Superior Cryo Power Flame build. Yeah, at that point, then you have no reason to run Corrosive. Except against armored enemies that are cryo immune or resistant.
I'll be the judge of that.
And if you're doing that, then just run URAD.
Through this gate.
URAD is better than next to Mag's Rad there. If you don't want to commit to a Deathless, then you can just get points in Thin Red Line.
Oh, that was easy.
Of course it'll do ye no good. The Nerpen Gate is guarded by a vengeful, murderous, gorgeous buccaneer known as Chartreuse LeChance. He'll never let you through. Unless... Would you be willing to help me on a quest?
Pirate quest!
Did Flame, so I don't have to do URAD. You can do both, though.
Do you want to go on the
I mean,
pirate quest?
it's not... So, like, Flame plus next to Mags is still worse than URAD.
Welcome to the crew! But there'll be no pirate quest without Polly, me faithful Vermunculus. A terrible fate befell her, and we be needing to put her pieces back together.
And I imagine you still have a use case for Flame with Revolter, even if you are doing URAD.
You don't want to run afoul of Mobley Dick.
And I'm sick of URAD setups.
Scourge of salt and sand.
That's for making me look at you.
Fair enough, I guess. I wouldn't do, a Radiation Anoint then. At least not in that slot. Just do, like, ASE Rad elsewhere. ASE Rad Grenade, I guess. Just you could get a lot more value out of the Weapon Anoint slot with other things.
Oh, that be Polly's eye patch. Paradoxically, it helps her see where to go.
Oh. Should have jumped farther. This section is actually kind of scary. If I get caught out by a shark, I can lose a bunch of time.
Spot sails on what used to be the horizon. Now crack some kite. We need that squawker.
Or a rad gun. Your dry power. Yeah, you can still use a rad gun. You can do something like
Nearly complete. All that's left is her Polly.
like Viper mentioned Terror Cryo. Like Terror Cryo with rad guns is an option there.
What was that?
As I feared, 'tis Mobley
If you wanted to do that, but
aforementioned fighter of crews, scourge of salt and sand. Be careful, crew.
you could also just switch back and forth between cryo and rad guns, depending on targets.
Follow the core hole. That be every piece we need. Assembling a bird munculus properly takes heat. There she is.
Awaiting additional components.
Polly, it's really you. I missed you, me trusty bird.
Even if you don't use rad guns at all, you still have baby nukes. Baby nukes can apply rad dots.
Why'd we need a bird?
Polly's me navigator. If we're to
But superior firepower only buffs cryogun. Superior firepower gives status damage. 20% status damage per stack up to 5 stacks. Now, they used the wrong attribute, so it gives cryo damage instead of cryo efficiency. So, for all statuses, it gives you the status damage. For cryo, it instead gives you just raw elemental damage. This matters because rad explosions use the status damage formula.
that be me first mate and his fellows. They'll never listen to you.
So that's why
Fight with them first. Challenge
people will try to go for cryo and rad on superior firepower builds, because it boosts cryo damage and rad explosions. But for raw damage, it boosts the cryo.
fight for ye. See, we've got plot armor. Plus me grog mug still full of strictly non-alcoholic brew. Amps Gray.
Okay, So how do we get this guy to fight?
Oh, if my ISP could stop fucking throttling my connection down to 1200 bitrate.
You've run afoul of Pirate Rule 27B. Now that's a serious breach of decorum. You trying to pick a fight with a sailor?
TCP for those juicy, massive red explosions? Yeah.
Why should I?
Buff the damage you're dealing from Terra Cryo?
Fight like a dairy farmer.
Sometimes.
Wait, why are we gasping?
Because you've just been challenged to a duel of disses.
It's the pirate way. Now we gotta hit him with
The short answer is yes.
meanest, wake up in a cold sweat 20 years later is comeback, or we lose the duel. We're gonna need options.
Your mum should have thrown you away and kept the stalk.
No one talks about Deborah first mate like that. You're getting killed.
Sometimes because bonus elements
No, Daddy first.
are a complicated subject. For the purposes of what you're asking, yes.
Join me, crew. Help us take down Chartreuse LeChance. Huzzah! Only a few crew left to find, and I know just where they'll be. Pollock, chart a course. Plunderport. Plunderport! Plunderport!
Bonus elements are less than straightforward.
Before the ocean got a boom boom blasted, Plunderport was a small island pirate town. From your vantage point, it is a spotty,
Town of pirates? I love this.
Why are you so into pirates?
They're just so
Thank you, Indomitable.
You know, they take their ships from
Saved
port
my
to
life.
port, answering to no one, searching for fortune and infamy.
Isn't that exactly what we do, just in space?
Space pirates.
Ride guns with Terra Cryo instead of Cryo guns with next to Max Rad. Yeah, I think that would work out a little more
We lost him.
optimally.
Plunderport. You can smell the meat. Smell it with your fleshy nostrils.
One of the reasons is next to Max Rad applies to just your bullet damage. Whereas Terra Cryo applies to your bullets, it applies to your hollow points, it applies to your short fuse, it applies to your grenades, your baby nukes,
Worms won't go hungry.
Pirate Rule 81D.
all that stuff.
Balloon be popped, the popper must be dropped.
Ah, I gotta take it to death here.
Look at you reading.
Running around with no guns just feels so fun. It does. I also really like the, if you have no melee weapon equipped, in this game, and you ground slam, it does Amara's ground slam animation.
Who wants to get vanquished?
Whereas otherwise, it does Moses' ground slam animation. Mose slash Flak. Need to equip a gun here. Also lets me use Torrent, which is Pog. What, with like some for the road? Yeah, you could sustain a Torrent somewhat with some for the road. Sounds entertaining.
Dealing with, did ya?
I like to see a no melee weapon or gun equipped passive bonus movement speed because naked. Remnant from the Ashes has a couple cool things like that. Like there's an accessory that gives you damage for each empty weapon slot you have. There's another one that gives you damage for each empty armor slot you have. That's cool stuff.
We've gotten to know each other pretty well in the last few minutes, so here be the tale of woe that brought me down to the depths of what used to be the ocean.
Hell backstory.
Great, I'm just gonna tune out for a minute.
I was the fiercest pirate captain on the buttery seas. I had a fine ship, a loyal crew, and true love. But I lost it all.
Wait, that's it? You didn't even explain the curse.
Oh, so me pirate backstory be insufficient for ye. Never mind then, ye scurvy cur.
Also means the hour I spent making cryoguns this morning was wasted.
She always forgets to drop character.
Not necessarily.
Scrambling for a decent motivation.
I always keep them for different versions of the setup. There's also the option of doing things like you could use a cryo rad beacon and just have access to both.
The Marley Maiden, the only woman I ever loved.
Do that with a Kibsworth as well.
The whole gang be back together, blank and all. Blood's
Trevinator, you know, Malawan. Good splash Malawan with element swap.
Charlie, you don't get to call me that anymore. No matter. While you've been away, I've built a new crew. Loyal. Not that your salty heart knows the meaning of the word. The Marley Maiden's still mine, Charlie. Crew, prepare to board. Kill those scallywags. Use the vents and board the Maiden.
I'm getting the hang of this killing business. Take aim!
Watch out, crew. That's Deckhand, the most callous sailor of us all. He's gonna put up a fight.
I'll drive you back, sounds good.
They were stripping me lady for parts. We can't get her sailing in this condition. Grab the captain's wheel.
Heads or tails? Tails.
It's Higginsworth.
Hey Sora, how you doing?
We'll have stashed our flag below decks, crew. Find it. Good plundering, crew. Throw her up on the mast and see her dance in the wind. The Marley's fearsome sword snout. Place in front and center on the bow. She be looking as fine as a lady can look. Over here, we'll raise the Marley back to fight.
We stomping?
She's got a soul
We got the urge to surge.
I've been practicing my decromancy. Time to get these wooden bones dancing again. Crew, a tune if ye will.
Raise the bones! Raise the bones!
The slickest clipper bones can find. Ho way ho, all hands on deck.
The lesser berserker action skill. How you today, Quag? Hope you had a good day off yesterday. I ended up sleeping and further ruining my sleep schedule a lot yesterday, Roddy. Like, it could have been better.
Get back what was lost.
But yeah, is what it is.
Follow Polly. She'll lead ye to his ship, the Tempest. Score. Set sail.
Back there.
I hope you're doing well.
You bloods 3 wood. Got anything to tell us?
Ye deserve the whole truth, and there's only one way to properly deliver.
Surge and Splurge.
A tunnel full of music and a labyrinth
And Feral Surge is really fun. Like,
places, everyone.
in terms of overall design, I do quite like it. It's just, it doesn't have... It's got a little too much identity confusion to really be that desirable in endgame. Although you can still make it have a presence in build. Like, for a true melee build, it's still a good pick. And when optimized, you can get it to do enough damage to it mobs effectively. Like, you can kill basic enemies pretty easily. Badasses with a little bit of setup. Like, if you freeze a badass for maximum icebreaker bonus, and then you soak them, then Pharaoh Surge is capable of one-shotting. Daily contract played 20 rounds of Tactic Totem, no thanks game? Yeah, absolutely fucking not. No thank you. Berserker is some of my favorite skill tree designs in all lands games. Agreed. One of the best overall skill tree designs they've done. It just has so much value. Like, you know how Zane's blue tree is just crazy in terms of value. Berserker's that, except it's not, hey, what if we just gun? It's like that level of stacked.
What have we here?
Don't jump high enough for that pain.
The Fate Maker walks the land, trying to mend what was broken. Every step reveals another lost hope. The task seems insurmountable, but a hero must keep moving forward.
Ghostblade, second favorite action skill in the franchise after Tendava. Really satisfying action skills for sure. Tendava's definitely up there for me.
I could get used to this.
Tandava and Storm Dragon's Judgment are really up there for me. Might be my top two.
That be LeChance's ship. Beware, he'll be expecting us now.
Tandava best build. Tandava is a cool build. I did end up recommending Tandava to someone the other day. Unofficial.
Come to plunge another dagger in my back, Bloods 3-Wood. Bloods 3-Wood is dead, LeChance.
Binge watched 45 episodes of Hunter x Hunter.
I'm Bones 3-Wood now. You treacherous, villainous, hunk of a man. I'll never forgive you for turning us into skeletons. You played with fate and broke my heart.
So, like, you know how people refer to Dragon Ball, One Piece, and... Or they refer to... No, I don't know why I said Dragon Ball. They refer to One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach as, like, the big three. And then, like, the previous big three was, like, Dragon Ball, like, Yu Yu Hakusho, and whatever else was on at that time. Can we call Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter x Hunter, and Chainsaw Man a big three because they use the same power system in different fonts?
You're a stubborn sea dog, and I love that about you. Now hear me out. Chartreuse LeChance, I be sorry. I should have asked ye before I cursed us all to undeath. I was so afraid of losing ye that I wasn't thinking straight.
Just look at Wood and put your hands together and say, okay, next phase, please. Tendava hitting through walls is also so useful.
But I can spend the rest of our deaths making it up to you. All I need.
Call it like it is and call them big anime.
Damn your pirate.
Base Hunter x Hunter enjoyer. Hey, Casey.
Me heart be always yours. I accept.
Someone at the beginning of the Chimerian arc, and we had to see any arc getting so much praise.
But I reckon this won't be
I think that's, like, the only arc people who aren't, like, hardcore fans of Hunter x Hunter even paid attention to. It's the Chimerian arc.
key to the Nervin Gate in my hidden booty room. You're welcome to plunder it. I found all the treasure I need. Take care of Polly, crew.
Like, a lot of anime have that one arc that gets hype outside of its fan base. For Hunter x Hunter, it's a Chimerian arc. For Yu Yu Hakusho, it's the Dark Tournament. For Dragon Ball, it's the Frieza Saga. You know, like, they all have one. Naruto, it's the Pain arc.
Ooh, you have traveled far.
Who's there? I can barely see a thing.
You look fuzzy. Margravine Sella, the meanest devil cards player in the buttery sea.
Favorite arc is either Hunter Exam or Heaven's Arena. Hunter Exam is so based.
I know there's an invisible bridge over it, but I can't see it without my magical eyeglasses. I
Dark Tournament is still the best tournament arc in anime.
No, they cheated. Can you go get them back?
I have a very unpopular take here. Dark Tournament and Tournament of Power are the same thing. Now, I'm not saying that means both are bad, both are good.
Fought your way in?
I don't really have an opinion on that, but they're the same thing.
Fought like rubbish. Died nicely, though.
See, when it comes to Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm weird. I'm a Sensui arc enjoyer. Based.
Can't wait to barbecue some bastards.
Tournament of Power, it's time to talk shit about Dragon Ball Super. I mean, Super gets more shit than it deserves. Tournament of Power had some question mark stuff, but it did have some pretty cool stuff. And it did lay the foundation for some stuff that, I drink every time Quack says stuff. For some things that they did in, the Broly movie that I think were really good, and some things I'm told happened in the superhero movie, which I still haven't seen. No, I exist on the internet, so obviously I've had core things spoiled for me, but
Well done, my love.
no spoilers for superhero, please.
Side one.
And also, the super manga is kind of heat.
There they are! Pick them up!
The super manga kind of slaps.
Fast! Come bring them.
Class parent assist. This is Berserker Clawbringer. You just kind of let a lot of fans down with how they handled Goku Black. Goku Black could have been a lot cooler.
See again? Of course, I only need the one lens to read the other player's cards. I'll craft the other into a monocular telescope for you.
Like that arc just ended weird in the anime. A lot better in the manga.
All over the place.
But yeah, it was just weird.
Found the bridge, did you?
That was the opportunity every fan was hoping would be the Goku never bumped his head. Well, I don't agree with that. Like, that's just people coming up with a fan theory and then getting irrationally angry when their fan theory was a fan theory.
Ooh, I just remembered! You're gonna be one of my favorite characters.
I remember when I was your favorite. See how that turned out?
Like, why would the Goku Black who's dressed up like a Kai not be a Kai?
What are you doing down here, Smoothskin?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a little salt on the way she said smooth skin. I'm offended, I think.
Black and Zamasu are hype characters. Zamasu was cool.
Having skin. Sometimes skin's too dry, sometimes skin's too wet. Ugh, no thanks.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it. It's a skin
I mean,
thing.
they're the same person, so.
Next person to say skin is spontaneously combusting!
She said it first.
I know I've brought up the Super manga a couple times, but one of the things it does differently between like the anime and manga a bit is
It has been a very
Black is sort of more directly adversarial to Vegeta.
secret passage. I can aid you.
They touch on it in the anime, but I feel like it's done better in the manga. Days today. Hey, soccer chick, how you doing? Sorry, Miss Chick.
Now, gaze upon the
Sorry, with Seven Deadly Sins, trust me, it's like C tier maybe. I've never watched that one.
through you. Yat, yat.
Like the The Goku Black arc was cool because it brought back some stuff like, hey, you can kind of punch above your weight class in fights with magic. Like, they brought back OG Dragon Ball stuff. And, like, that was cool. I mean, Vegito kind of sucks, but we got Vegito back for a bit. We are a Gogeta household, by the way. Just putting that one out here.
You must reach the temple of sacrifice. Inside is a light that will grant us passage.
Okay, she's creeping me out a little.
I was gonna say something else, but I forgot.
The S word.
Yeah, she's got
Oh, Vegeta over Gogeta? Why?
drowning, sacrifice.
What? No! She's great! I really want you to like her!
Why?
You guys trusted the skeleton man just fine.
Yeah, he was
I got turned around and forgot where I was going.
pirate.
Okay, well, with your detect intent ability, you can tell that she's a real sweetheart who's honest and trustworthy, and you love her.
Yeah.
Vegeta had 2 movies? Yes.
Conceal intent ability.
So you're acknowledging that liking Vegito is like Star Wars fans who love Boba Fett before his
You don't know?
bad TV show.
A recipe or something.
Yeah, a recipe.
Everything you like about the character is from
Cannibalism, okay?
a tiny bit of source material and largely just projection of your own ideas of what the character is and should be. Because not enough happened to know anything about him. Vegito was absolute heat.
Fine, I can't resist lore.
Was he?
What's the deal with the drowning?
This city was once a beacon of civilization, a symbol of the united coiled people. But some crave power.
Okay, let's play this out.
pride in themselves,
What did Vegito accomplish?
known as Drill. When he was cast down to the depths by other gods, so too was the city dragged with him.
In either of his appearances.
I was there in the hour of splitting, when our elders cast their lot with Drill against my warnings. Since then, I have stayed as the caretaker of this place. Alone,
Oh yeah, nothing. I'm saying. Whereas we can look at all 3 of Gogeta's appearances. Yes, I'm bringing in GT here, and you can't stop me. You can't stop me.
Extra peanut butter this night. Don't make me run.
Bro. That's the meme Delito Blue, a rapid fire. Also, yes.
and the seal is undone. You may enter.
Vegito just kind of a bunch of ego to artificial power for plot. Yeah.
I don't get the feeling.
Like, the whole concept of fusion, cool. But, like, Vegito never did anything.
Gah, she's laying it on way too thick. You can see the twist coming a mile away, can't you?
Even after the drowning, my sisters continued to practice.
SJ4 didn't do much in GT, Omega just fucked them
I
up.
observed their rites and know them
Well, Gogeta beat the Dragon Balls out of him.
Why would there be a fire pit in an underwater temple?
Sure, he ended up taking the L because he was acting to Vegito.
Surprise ambush!
First they last forever and then changed in Super. It's like, the thing is, they didn't last forever in Z either, because they defused in Buu, and it was never explicitly stated in the anime. I don't remember if it was in the manga. It was never explicitly stated in the anime that being in Buu is what defused them.
Died when we blew up the ocean.
Fine! Then there's one in a chest!
Like, sure, we all know it was a retcon, but like, there's more egregious ones.
That is one dead fish. Can it still light a fire?
Wow, Valentine.
Majin Vegito over Vegito, so true.
In the house.
So true.
It's a magic firefish. And it's got tons of magic fire juice still all up in it, okay?
Vegito fucked Zamasu. In the manga, Goku did that. Like, not Goku and Vegeta, just Goku. That's how unnecessary Vegito being there is. It was just Goku.
Huh. Okay.
Gogeta, there were stakes, time limits, actual character personalities, creating plot points. Yes! Preach. Goku in the manga is insane because he could Hakai. Yeah, Goku Hakaiing in the manga was weird, and I'm glad he kind of stopped doing that. Like, they made Vegeta start doing that. Speaking of, manga Vegeta he's that guy. You think you're that guy, but no. No, manga Vegeta is that guy.
Are you sure that's the word you wanted to use? Because there's another S word.
Like, you know how Vegeta just has all his hype moments stolen from him in the anime? No, manga Vegeta is that guy.
That everyone else uses. Makes my skull crawl. Normal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ha! I could get used to this. A credit to the brave.
Manga Vegeta goes, hey, instant transmission, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna learn that now. You know, splitting apart different power sources, any kind of fusions or absorptions. Yeah, you know, I'll learn how to do that too. Actually physically becoming a god of destruction? Yeah, sure, why not? Add that to the list. And he looks at Ultra Instinct, he's like, okay, so, like, this is some cool, autonomous shit, lose yourself in the fight, no sense of self. But I'm that guy, so I'm gonna have so much sense of self that it's gonna be a different power-up. Like, Vegeta is literally so Giga Chad, it just made a new power-up.
And Kasara is there waiting for you.
Wait. How did she get here first?
He said, I'm that guy, until it gave him a transformation.
You just talk to her a little more.
I am afraid I haven't been completely honest with you.
Aha! I knew it.
There is one last sacrifice to
I was like Vegeta Morgs in the Janemba movie. Gogeta was just at the end. Yes, Gogeta got more development from GT and more in Super. Gogeta in the Broly movie was heat.
When my sisters fell to the temptations of drill, I blamed myself. I vowed to remain in solitude for my sins. You have shown me that passage through hard
Manga Vegeta hears someone think of a power that's cool and just says so true bestie, it's why I'm gonna learn it.
join your party and aid you on your quest.
I do like how they handle certain power-ups and stuff in the manga a little bit better. Like, in the anime, they had their moments. Like, fighting Goku Black, Vegeta was like, yeah, I'm just gonna use Super Saiyan God, a lesser transformation, because it spends less energy and I'm faster. So, like, I'm just gonna do that. Stuff like that's cool, right? But in the manga, you have stuff like Goku intentionally using the shit version of Ultra Instinct because it allows him to, like, not be on autopilot. He's like, yeah, I'll just get good with the bad version of this so that I can actually attack.
I'm on your tail.
Like, that's one of the common criticisms that you hear about Super is, oh, they just started giving them all these forms and stuff. But, like, unlike Super Saiyan transformations, they actually have different, like, mechanics, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, not buying it.
Like, Super Saiyan is just, you're stronger. Super Saiyan 2 is just, you're stronger than that. Super Saiyan 3 is, you're stronger than that, and also it's inefficient. But then with, like, the other ones,
No, she didn't.
they've got their own things going on. It's cool.
I know what I said.
So you need to watch the latest movies. Superhero comes out on Blu-ray in March, I think? Blu-ray and streaming.
Are you happy now?
Here, let's all just go talk to the evil god of the
Never seen any of the DBS movies aside from Gold Frieza. The Broly movie is really good, homie data. Like, Broly is canon now. It's not like Z Broly where it's non-canon. Like, Super Broly is canon. It's part of the story. They gave him a different backstory and, like, actually gave him a personality.
You didn't really need to kill her off.
Yes, I did.
Beta male Broly. Hey, no, it's submissive male wife boy toy Broly.
Redemption arc, and now it's gone.
I don't know. I just thought you was.
Fine, you know what? You wanted a fight? I'll give you a fight.
Okay, this is the Bunker Master I know. Welcome to Amber City.
That's a big boy. That's a big, big boy.
Pissed off to the hero.
You guys are ruining the game. Sora was my favorite character.
We're playing the game too. You can't show the characters they are
Super Saiyan 3 is just you're stronger with unnecessarily long hair. Well, the thing with Super Saiyan 3 is, like, eventually, and I think that was one of the things that offset Super Saiyan 3 from being completely fucking stupid. Was, like, Goku was dead when he made it, so he had infinite energy, so he was, like, he didn't know that it was inefficient. So, like, that was a cool point of drama, because he went to use it later after he was alive, and he was like, actually, wait, this is horrible. I can't keep this up. Same problem, Golden Frieza, initially. Like, he didn't have anyone to push him when he made it, so he was like, oh, I'm that guy. He just got tired.
And anyway, if you hadn't said the S word, she would still be alive.
Grade 2 or 3. Yeah, Super Saiyan Grade 3 was, like... It's funny, because Trunks thought he was stronger than Vegeta, but, like, Vegeta and Goku were both like, no, this is ass. This isn't practical. So then Cell explained it to Trunks, too. He's like, yeah, we can all do this, it's just we're not dumb enough to try. It's cool when power-ups have, like, conditions. Which goes back to that topic before about how, Hunter x Hunter, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Chainsaw Man are all about power-ups with conditions. Here's power's maximum. Universe 6 Saiyans, they were done well. I don't really care for those. Cabo was just kind of lame.
And newbies kicking Mega Turbo butt as the Fate Maker.
So you're gonna stay?
Broly knockoff, like DBZ Broly knockoff. I don't even remember her name.
Of course we're staying.
It was pretty lame.
I want to see how this ends. And maybe Kasara could even come back.
Kefla was kind of okay.
Nah, she's dead. I'm over it. Quest complete. Do the thing where it says quest complete.
You see how Fratril should
Kale, yeah, she was lame. Caulifla was fine, I guess.
right into this
Kefla was okay.
has all of the cruelty of a god and none of the responsibility.
The Fate Maker
Moved too
begins
fast there.
with the
Gotenks sucks. Gotenks is such a big L.
be restored. Is it enough to defeat evil, or must it be destroyed entirely?
I'm a Dragon Ball nerd, so I must know. Want a martini? Ooh, that sounds good.
You have emerged from the depths.
Play like Kamehameha and kills Chef's Kiss Elise. Grinding up that beam with it was so smooth. Like, that was cool. That was really cool. That was one of the most hype moments of Super. Gotenks is the fusion between two runs? Yeah.
Little cinder.
So you're sticking with her in this pathetic quest, are you? Fine. I know what it's like to have your fate chosen for you. But I'm owning this villain thing, okay? World's not gonna cover itself.
With Sonic Adventure too.
You come across a mysterious
Oh yeah, I should touch that.
The light. I'm alive. Oh, wait. All right, halfway there at least. You freed me, adventurer. Thank you.
I do like what they've been doing with Frieza recently.
But now they just call me the Western.
In Super.
Sorry.
Like they've kind of established
Well, you know.
things with Frieza's character 30 years ago that they're sort of paying off now.
Bastards are rare, powerful magic users.
Like he was always insanely naturally talented, and this was a big plot point when he came back with Resurrection F. Like he's just so strong that he never really needed to try or anything. And then with Resurrection F, he trained for 3 months and then got literally like deity level of strength, like able to hang with Vegeta and Goku literally using God Ki. Like they're physical gods. Like that's just what it's called. And he's that strong without having God Ki, training for 3 months. So in the manga recently, spoilers if you care, I guess, he trained for 10 years. Frieza went and trained for 10 years.
I can show you how to dispel hexes once I have my body back.
So now he's just like actually the strongest, like of all the characters in the verse currently. Right now, Frieza is stronger than everybody again.
Mobility's not a ghost strong suit. Ever wonder why they always stick around in gloomy ass houses?
So like he's an effective villain again, which is cool to see because a lot of Dragon Ball fans, our childhood was Frieza being the villain. So that's kind of the status quo again.
Totally unrelated. Newbie, there's something called a reverse exorcism, where you trap someone's soul in your own body and then explode, sending you both to hell, in case you need some leverage.
Oh yeah, that's real. Messy stuff. Happened to my buddy Connor at a birthday party.
Gohan and a better post-Cell Saga in the manga. Gohan is back to being like relevant again because of the stuff Plenty mentioned. He got a little better in the Tournament of Power arc and Super, but like in Superhero, he's the main character again, which is cool.
Okay, well, it's down.
And Super Ingrowns, I don't know, Moo.
I see another geyser over there.
Really kept up with the manga. It's
Those rocks are being held up by the rock.
better than the anime, I would say. Like, it has some different plot structure in the arcs that the anime has covered. Oh, I guess that doesn't work. Well, we were testing for the 300th one. But, like, it's also now just far ahead of where the anime ended.
Have you been drinking enough potions?
Can I feral search this? I can't. Like, the manga's, I think, 3 arcs ahead of where the anime ended now. Maybe 4. Obviously, it's been, like, 5 years since the anime ended, but... You know, I like how Tournament of Power led in the movies. It's cool. Yeah, they really leaned into, like, in the Broly movie, how coming off the Tournament of Power, they're like, yeah, no, we gotta be better. Like, the whole impression with the Tournament of Power is they got through that shit and they did not have any right to. And they know it.
Classic case of lockjaw. Gonna be here for a bit. Keep my friends busy. Just to be clear, they're not my friends. I was just trying to sound cool.
And I find it interesting that of the core, like, main casts right now, Goku has increased in power the least. Like, Piccolo's had the biggest jump. But Frieza's back to being top dog. Vegeta's gotten a lot of power-ups. Gohan's gotten a massive power-up. Yamcha got a massive power-up. Yes, not a meme. Yamcha's, like, not irrelevant anymore. He's still not, like, you know, first string, but he's not irrelevant anymore, which is funny.
Bring that one down. I'm never
No way, I don't believe that. I shit you not.
that one. That one in particular.
How's Krillin? Has Krillin done anything recently? I don't think so. And I don't think, in manga continuity, I don't think the weird stuff with him sparring with Super Saiyan Blue Goku happened, so I think Krillin's like still pretty weak. Like in anime canon, for whatever reason, Goku, well, heavily holding back, of course, was like using Krillin as a sparring partner to prepare for the tournament. So fucking weird. Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Like, strange. Strange. Manga has less weird stuff like that. Of course, a lot of that power stuff is caused by, anime filler. It's kind of necessary. Industry staple. Though other series prove that anime filler can just be good. Like, time to jerk off Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man has a bunch of filler in its first season, but it's all good, is the thing. It's got a 2-minute filler of a character doing his morning routine, but it's actually fire. It extended like 3 different fights that were like 1 page in the manga until full episode things.
Yeah, this is way less cool.
Skeletons make everything cool. I don't know what else to tell you.
Filler can be good. But one of the big criticisms of Dragon Ball Super is that most of its filler is just unapologetically terrible.
Horse naturally absorbs soul energy. Even sucks it right out of the ground. The Dragon Lord's been using his armies to mine it out, but then he ordered me to start turning living people into undead workers. And then I refused. And now look at me.
I mean, yeah, okay. It sounds bad when he says it, but the guy
This filler wasn't that bad.
crazy full of power. He wasn't even using it.
Glenny.
You snooze, you get your soul ripped out of
Glenny.
your body and thrown in the ocean. As the saying goes.
The Glow and Goku driving school is fire. Yes, the Dragon Ball Z version of that is fire.
Storage area is somewhere in the mining camp.
Let's gossip.
They made an entire filler arc out of Goku not understanding how money works in Super.
I haven't seen them up here in eons.
Might have lived if you'd run.
You know, like it when Vegito went to that planet and fought a version of himself. Oh, that was. Ugh. Where am I right now? I don't need to be up here.
Steal my pickaxe.
I stopped paying attention and got lost.
Not think it's the Krill. Haven't seen it.
Okay, no, we're good now.
But you're holding it right now.
Forgot what I was doing.
Marks on the handle and that pink ribbon I took from the candy maker's corpse.
Okay, I'm sensing some relics.
I think once we got the Trunks arc, things got better. And Hit and his stuff. Yeah, Hit was cool.
Alright. See which one of these relics is the strongest. We need a lot of soul energy to raise that jaw. Alright, let's go. 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 Let's go.
Hit as a character is interesting, because, like, he's not even a fighter. He's just... He kills people for money. But he happens to be so good at it that they're like, yeah, you're on our team for this tournament. He's like, oh, okay. Like, he's so good at killing people, he kills Goku. Now, Goku, you know, knows he's gonna die there, so he resuscitates himself, which is actually a pretty interesting use of, you know, ki and stuff. And this is cool. But, like, it just kills him.
So none of the relics are good enough?
He's just guy who kills people. And it reaches its logical conclusion.
Mean to say wink?
Yes, that was for newbies' benefit. Tina does her own closed captions.
That's gotta be the one. Check it out.
Definition of +0 strength, 10 mil skill, yeah.
You ain't getting this magic.
Are we sure about this one?
Oh yeah, that thing has big relic energy for sure. We'll get plenty of use out of it.
Screw off.
Okay, now we just need to channel this thing's energy into the jar. I've got an arcane focus out in front. Head over there. Further out than I left it. Must have broken off with some of the other floating platforms.
Hungry, get food. I should probably get food too.
Now, the soul energy needs a body as a conduit. So, you'll have to do it yourself. Place the relic, we can begin.
I'll do it after this run.
With this much
We got like an hour
energy,
left.
You need more than one person channeling it, or the effects could be catastrophic. Say it with me. Ragu, Barata,
Hungry.
Pesto!
Ragu, Barada, Pesto.
Ragu, burrata, pesto.
Ragu, barata, pesto!
So Feral Surge has been performing pretty well. Drill was a little awkward because of hitboxes, but... Yeah, the most awkward thing is Dragon Lord, or I suppose waiting for Nightmare's, Nightmare to teleport to where I needed to be. It was pretty straightforward. So, like, imagine if Feral Surge was balanced like this for Endgame, where you could actually just build around it if you could consistently chain kills with it, without having to... Basically, to do this kind of thing in Endgame, you need to severely weaken enemies first, and at that point, with the effort you're putting in to do that, you could just kill them instead. So it's like, anything stronger than a mid-tier enemy, it's not worth having Feral Surge. For the enemy applications. Now, for the movement, Feral Surge can still be really cool.
Yeah, but I always just killed people and took their stuff.
Frit,
But-
how many parties have you gotten kicked out of?
Another layer is Storm Smite is good in playthroughs, it is not good in endgame. Storm Smite being Clawbringer Capstone. This is one of those combos that, a couple tweaks, be good. A suggested idea that I've seen a few times that would do the trick is if Feral Surge was melee damage, it would have no problems at all.
Too late. This body is mine.
What in all the hell is he doing?
I'm taking control.
A beautiful body indeed. And full of power. This is weird. Let's kick this guy out of my body.
Almost skip the immunity.
It's cute you try. I'm not.
I'm on your tail.
Fine, take it. Whatever. Guy's nose is always stuffy anyway. Can hardly breathe. Sucks.
Okay, he's out of there. Quit the
Do you think I'd
violence.
find one of Sax entertaining, but I don't know, maybe just say Borderlands style lag. One, this isn't Borderlands. Two, you made up your mind that you're not going to enjoy this before you consumed any of it, so, like, of course you don't enjoy it.
Oh boy, that feels good. And also really bad because damn you fight hard.
I pulled a few punches. Now, you said you'd
That's just how things work.
Of course, I'll honor my side of the deal. Here, follow me.
Firmly believe the best way to make Feral Surge work better is to make a play with 2 play styles by adding 2 effects to it. Feral Surge kills in addition to a refund your cooldown, also reloads your gun, reduces finisher, control your shots slowly, you don't need to spec reload speed, etc. And add when you hit an enemy with Feral Surge, if they die in a short time, cooldown's refunded. Using it as an opener as now.
Give you the ability to
Yeah, I like those things too. I think a simpler way that they could just, do is just give it a second charge. Because then you have 1 charge for opening, 1 charge for executing.
Oh, yeah. Our soul.
Yeah, do it.
Be a very simple way of addressing some of its issues. I don't like BL2 dialogue either. You also don't like people who like BL2, Moo.
And there you go.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
Undead. Enough to legally claim
I like BL1 dialogue. I like BL1 dialogue as well.
My saxophone dreams.
Here. Your powers won't be as potent as mine, so you'll need to use a dispel room. Like this one over here. Give it a shot. That way will take you across the desert. You'll find the Dragon Lord's pyramid in the center of a dead city known as Asugal.
Yeah, see, Glenny agrees. If you put enough energy, even passively, towards disliking something, anything associated with that thing, you're not gonna like either. You simply made up your mind.
Once we beat the Dragon Lord, we're.
I like these runs. Like, 3 hours is not a huge time commitment when it comes to doing a full challenge run or playthrough.
Soon the soul energy will all be mine.
Hey, Dogman, how you doing?
It is right. Soul energy is wonder itself. Every mountain, every ocean, every pissy little goblin. They're held together by the imagination of a tyrannical tweenager. Well, if it can make entire worlds, it can unmake them. I'm gonna take this madhouse prison, this Wonderlands, and I'm gonna free us all from her control.
The Wastard said the pyramid is surrounded by a city of the dead.
Our Berserker playthrough co-op my buddy, lots of fun. Berserker's such a cool class.
Seeks the power necessary to emerge triumphant. It is close now. It need only be taken.
No, I figured it would take me more Feral Surges to get to this point. Like, I had been thinking it would be in the 700 range to get through, but no, it's just chilling. We might even get through this in the 500s.
The Western showed us how to deal with
Or
it.
fewer.
Just part of the spell room.
Now, I could absolutely minimize the count even more,
The hex is dispelled, clearing the way forward.
but I enjoy using the action skill, so...
All its walls.
Hey, Jaybird, how are you?
The stones are its hands. The sands are its hands. The nitty-gritties are its great big.
We get it. Come on, we're so close. Let's just blast our way in.
You sure? 'Cause I got a whole list.
Quack stream on Sunday in this economy.
I mean,
I figured I'd make up for not streaming Saturday.
do the blasting thing.
As you approach
Last few months I've been a little inconsistent with stream, and also, in this economy, as you said, I can't afford to miss that many streams.
Our dispel magic will work on that too. We can kick that evil right out of the well.
Uh-oh.
So,
Draw the evil magic out of the
here I am.
well. The magic takes form.
Also don't like high on life dialogue, so I'm like Rick and Morty crank up to 5,000, because that's exactly what it is. Which is why most people are like, meh. Were you busy yesterday? Yes. I had a couple things to take care of, but I did end up doing that fast enough that I could have streamed that day. But what I ended up doing instead was I slept most of the day and completely destroyed my sleep schedule. So that didn't feel well. But now my sleep schedule's fucked. Like, that's a thing. Oh, you know what comes out today? Last of Us TV series. Just remembered that. Probably watch that tonight. I don't know if they're just dropping one episode or two or three or whatever, but
Thank the Diamond Queen you came along. Come, my shelter is up here on the wall. This way. It's closer than it
hearing good things. Me too.
That ex trapped me here for days, and you dispelled it all on your own. You must have powers beyond mortal ken.
Yeah, I'm pretty powerful. In fact, I'm on my way to defeat the Dragon Lord.
Then your path is through the Hall of Heroes. I know it well.
Stay close to the Dead Space remake. Yeah, that's in like 2 weeks, isn't it?
This way. When I heard of the Queen,
They dropped a new trailer a couple days ago, and it looks really good.
hoping the latent soul energy of this city would allow me to bring her back. Perhaps you can succeed where I failed. Illusion magic. The only reason I wasn't picked off by skeleton patrols.
Breath of the Wild 2 comes out in March.
The Hall of
I'm not really a Zelda fan, so ultimately I don't care about that.
Dragon Lord is using the
But we got Dead Space remake and Forspoken this month.
cleanse the well, lift the X's.
In March we've got Resident Evil 4 remake.
Can you take down the barrier hexes blocking your way?
Why do I still have an objective to follow the Elder? Game? What if I just go over here? No. Game? Well, let me save quick, see what happens. Mario movie in April. Wahoo. You don't want to let's build document any rough draft builds are written down under shareable. Nothing that I care to. I already responded to your tweet. Other projects have taken priority. And there's a certain standard of quality for
You must reach the Hall of Heroes.
build doc stuff.
Beyond the inner
Which is
wall.
part of why it wasn't just pushed out half-assed.
The wells of
Like, we did updates to the BL3 build docs over the last few days.
Only by cleansing the wells of sin.
Like, nothing new happened BL3 community-wise. Just,
Hear what that old guy said?
want to do it right.
Back butt stallion.
I don't know. She met a pretty grisly fate.
But you forgot.
In the meantime, if you're looking for new Wonderlands builds and stuff to try out,
Fate brings us
there's my own VODs channel, there's Ancient Runes YouTube channel, Lazy Data's YouTube channel.
thought that through yet.
I'd say those would be good places to find optimized setups.
Raise four from the well of envy. They want our speed.
Worms won't go hungry tonight.
Tell you folks, being away for 34 hours ain't it? I agree, it's not. You should go unconscious for a bit.
The well of envy.
Ready to incinerate some bad guys,
The
are ya?
Velma series. I haven't watched it, but like I watched a couple seconds of the trailer and I was like, it's probably not for me. I mean, it seems like they're trying to capture the Harley Quinn series tone, except
They wanna take your gold.
with a writer and executive producer who's just so full of themselves that they try to berate the audience into liking it. Like,
Like, wait before the
Nah, I'm good. Actual reasons not to like her. Oh yeah, Mindy Kaling's a shitbag of a human being, by the way, if you didn't know. Now you do.
Greetings, banished from the mortal realm. The well of greed. Only one soul well remains. The well of wrath.
Smell that, sisters? Dinner!
Well of wrath thrums with soul energy. Blocking your way forward to the hall of heroes.
Getting a little tired of cleaning
What'd she
up
do?
the fight. Why don't
See,
we
racist, classist, Islamophobic.
Nah, it'll never catch on.
Basically, a large majority of the ists and phobes, you know, all those things that you don't want to have that suffix after, she's most of those.
Bad luck or bad choices? Dead or the same?
Outspoken supporter of, you know, commonly known transphobes. You know, just like all the bad ists and phobes. You know, she's those. Transphobic piece of shit first off. Yeah.
Pulling the way forward.
Yeah, I think I'm done with these hexes now.
I just want to get to the ball.
But no need to rush.
I thought people have to be shitty because some people with a chip on their shoulder believe they need to punch down to validate their own existence.
The ancient catacombs. Oh no.
Tina, are you padding out the campaign so that we'll stay here and play bunkers and badasses with you?
No. The ancient catacombs are an integral part of the narrative. So who's laughing now? Valentine, hi, it's me.
Does it bother you to know there were fate makers before you? All heroes of their own stories, but they never lived up to their namesake. They just played her game.
Like, it's significantly easier in life in general just to leave people the fuck alone.
Take these creations of mine.
But every once in a while you see someone who takes it upon themselves to be a champion of just shitting down on marginalized groups of people, and you know, there you go. When you make that not only your personality, but your professional identity as well, kind of tripling down on the being a piece of shit status, you know?
What an epic event, as it was foretold! That's for making me look at you.
Like, it costs you $0 to just leave people alone.
She wants you to think you're special, unique, one of a kind. Do you even have a name, Fate Maker? Has anyone ever said it? Has she? Yeah. Didn't think so.
You rise from the sandstone catacombs, following the
Writing POC characters and stripping them of their culture to impress the white love interest. That is a staple of hers.
To the Hall of Heroes!
An enormous arcane device has been erected before the hexed entrance to the Hall of Heroes. It's got a fancy name with a lot of syllables, but basically is a giant sweet-ass magic laser that you can use to blow up the barrier.
This speaks to me.
Hey, those guys are hanging out.
I heard about that clip plenty. I did not see it myself, but it fits the profile. Have any of you guys seen Django Unchained? You know Samuel L. Jackson's character? It's that. That, as a writing style, is that. I enjoy Django Unchained. Oh yeah, well, it's a good movie. What I'm saying, like, if someone was unironically that character, but like not knowing they're the villain, it's that. It's crazy. Moo, please stop saying shit that could get me banned on Twitch.
Then we're gonna need some super duper dispel runes.
And you shall find them to the imps and wibbles of the laser.
Eavesdrone? Check.
Attack, my minions!
Lay the disgusting flesh right off those bones!
Another notch and not a coin to show for it.
Yeah, but this goes hand in hand with that kind of thing, Atris, because it's the I'm one of the good ones mentality.
Rune secure.
Some people who belong to minority groups decide to attempt to ingratiate themselves to people who are not in said minority groups by punching down, being like, see, I'm just like you, thinking that it'll make them be seen as an ally of some sorts in the perpetual movement to just punch downwards. But no, they just make themselves pets. Like, you're an amusing plaything at that point. You're not better off. You're just making other people's lives worse.
Enter the Hall of Heroes, where all the greatest legends of the Wonderlands are laid to rest.
Different note, anyone here seen Glass Onion? I have not yet, but I immensely enjoyed Knives Out, and I really would like to see Glass Onion. Even more so because some people who have shit taste have been cooking the movie. Like, shit taste in other areas have been cooking the movie, which makes me think it's good.
Good and pure. I care about nature.
Mind the gap!
And I say I enjoyed Knives Out as someone who, for some reason this parallel's been drawn a lot. People are like, yeah, it's shit like The Last Jedi. Like, okay, here's the thing. The Last Jedi is a shit movie, but Rian Johnson's a good filmmaker. You can believe both of those things.
Don't blame me, blame the Dragon Lord.
Oh, yeah, sure, blame me. It can never be her that twists good things into monsters. It can never be her fault.
Oh, Knives Out was a good film.
Better. Let me show you.
I'm sorry you went through that, Moo. That's certainly a certain kind of person does that. The one of the good ones trope.
Those scrolls weren't prophecies. I wanted to show you what she did.
Glass Onion was super good. I've heard
You all over again.
the usual kind of people who say that something is shit. I'll stop beating around the bush. A lot of the people were saying it was shit because they confirmed that Daniel Craig's character in the movie is gay. So, like, immediately, those people were like, throw the whole movie in the trash. Like, just makes me want to see it more, man.
That's perfect. But first,
And then there is a category, like what Jay Bridge said, where some people are like anti-Rian Johnson weirdos. Like, oh, I think The Last Jedi was fucking horrible and it damaged my opinion of Star Wars for several years too. But he makes good movies. Other than that one.
yeah, I like it.
Like, I thought Looper was rad. Knives Out was great.
Probably dumb to say, and it's just really cool to play a game with a friend because I haven't really had one.
Well, let's go make some more. Tina, I want to make this an adventure you'll never forget.
It feels like something lost.
Like Knives Out, hated Last Jedi, not afraid to admit it. Hey, there you go.
It feels
Also, third category, people criticizing the movie. You can watch the movie, you know exactly what group those people are. It's hilarious. Okay. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I have time. I'm definitely gonna watch The Last of Us tonight. If I also have time, I'll watch Glass Onion.
That turns your character evil.
No, girl, Dragon Knight ain't evil. He's
Not afraid to admit I like The Last Jedi. And I'm not afraid to disagree, but still view you as a valid human being. Like, that movie did a lot that I dislike. It did a couple things I like, but it did a lot that I dislike. Probably not for all the same reasons that a lot of people bash on it. Some of the same ones, but I'm also not like that toxic Star Wars fan that's like, no, we can't be friends. You know? Not bad time for a speedrun? Yeah, especially with how much I'm kind of screwing around, Kirk. Like, this is proof of concept. If Feral Surge was well balanced for Endgame, you could have some crazy good clear times with it.
Or fate. No more masters. I dream of dragons and magic. I awaken.
Spider's Flaws.
Filled with fire.
A slight restructuring of Last Jedi could have made it a really good third movie in a trilogy.
Reborn. The Dragon Lord. Do you still believe there's a
One of the biggest structural issues with it is that it's a third movie, but it's second in a trilogy.
I hoped you could see the truth. I'm not evil. She
Back, welcome back.
this way. Well, come on then. If you insist on being a hero, there's only one way for this to end.
only one.
There are some good concepts. Aside from a few failures on the choreography and editing front, the throne room fight scene was pretty cool, emotionally charged. An example of a good subversion of expectations. The whole hyperspace thing was pretty sick.
At the peak of the dragon.
Fucking love the choreography, fuck up. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, in the climactic throne room fight scene,
I am becoming her.
they just kind of messed up the choreography, so they had to edit out a weapon so that the character could live. It's a minor thing, like, there's so many beloved films that have continuity errors like that. So I'm not gonna say it ruins the movie or anything, it's just kind of funny to look at.
Entire pyramid begins to shake.
Look, I'm no magic rockologist, but I think that means the more crystals we break, the more we screw up the Dragon Lord's plans.
Keep smashing.
This is just a game to you. But
Well, my main problems with that movie are, it's extremely committed to subverting expectations and breaking the status quo, yet it somehow is also equally committed to not advancing any character arcs at all. So imagine, you get a movie that's like, yeah, we're gonna be different, that also decides, we're also gonna do zero character development for anybody, the entire movie. Like, then what happens? And that's exactly your problem. Nothing happens.
fate brings us together. She stole that off a fan fiction forum on the EchoNet.
Outside, the soul storm around the top of the pyramid is stronger than ever. The undead crawl across
Added 2 Feral Surge to the counter. It increments every time I hit
cockroaches.
my action skill button. I don't have like a separate keybind or anything, so like I hit this, it goes up. So every time I press the button, it adds 1.
Mechanisms in the pyramid shudder and spark. Soul energy is still
2 guards just knock each other out, no interference for the main characters. Amazing.
The cable leads you into a room or a spooky tank.
Fools! That device isn't even important. protect that device at all costs. Wait, how'd you do that? Why do I care about this stupid thing?
I will say The Last Jedi is a much better film than Rise of Skywalker. I think just about everyone can agree on that. Because The Last Jedi at least was attempting to be a film. Had some interesting cinematography, which is not common for Star Wars as an IP.
I'm on your tail.
It's undefended. Smash that thing.
Hates that idea.
You don't know what you're
Rise of Skywalker doesn't exist.
I don't either. Ah, stop it.
Turns out that tape secretly contained the soul of the Dragon Lord's long-lost love. He wanted to resurrect his darling Bernadette. It was his motivation the whole time. Plot twist.
Whoa! Big reveal.
Bernadette, I will avenge. No! No one! I don't even know a Bernadette. See how she's using me like
Why am I sniping in COD Zombies?
The Dragon Lord is drawing
Which sniper are you using?
soul energy you've released into the Sword of Souls at the top of the pyramid.
That seems bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You're too late, Fate Maker. I've absorbed all of the soul energy. It's time to end this. Tina, do you see me? I'm taking your world away. You'll be left with nothing. So
Oh yeah.
where you left me. Do you see? Answer.
Who's the outlaw last game?
Don't ignore me.
The SCM's like level it.
So, she has nothing to say to me.
This is it. The Dragon Lord awaits your arrival.
Come on, ISP. You can do it.
As you crest the top of the pyramid.
Take them down, newbie!
Do this. For you are the Fate Maker.
Enjoy.
Ooh, 444 for Feral Surges. That's satisfying.
Forgot it before they hit the ground. See what happens?
The first movie you're making Quaglet watch? Who? What? Run around with a small pistol for its camo challenges, sniper to level it and get headshots. That's a good approach. Feelings about The Last Jedi sour? Any thoughts towards Ryan Johnson's Star Wars trilogy? Yes and no. I think if he was in creative control the entire time, he wouldn't be making decisions in a way that just show obvious contempt for the existing material. Like, he obviously didn't like the direction that The Force Awakens was setting things up in, so he's like, I'm gonna do something entirely different. But he also just kind of salted the earth. So, like, I'm not gonna say Rise of Skywalker was shit because of The Last Jedi, but it wasn't a weird corner to work its way out of, and also just happened to be a shit film. Like, if it was a trilogy with only Rian Johnson, then I think it would fare better than Last Jedi Rise of Skywalker did as a unit. And I do think he is a good filmmaker, so it's not inherently doomed or anything. This is why our Wyvern's named #1 Bernadette hater, by the way. Wyvern is our answer to this phase. But it's just kind of chilling, stuck. So that doesn't really help. Yeah, it's actually just stuck. We need to do things the very hard way. We need Storm Smite to hit. And it did. I don't know, the tip of the shoelace is called Aglet. So yeah, back to your question, Jaybridge. I'm not exactly jazzed at the idea of a Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy, because I think Star Wars should just stop doing fucking trilogies. Just make actual standalone projects that, sure, they can tie into the continuity, but focus on making one good thing instead of making a unit of 3 things, which dooms all of them to mediocrity. But if they were gonna make one, I don't think he's, like, a bad pick for one. Like, better him than, like, the Game of Thrones guys, right? You get behind that vision for Star Wars, more Rogue Ones. Yeah, more Rogue Ones. And just other things they've done that have not been constrained by the trilogy model. Like, some of the TV show stuff is done really well. Final season of Clone Wars, incredibly well received. Tales of the Jedi, well received. Mandalorian, well received. Andor, well received. None of those are trilogies. They're either TV series, or they're bundled with other things, in both in this case, bundled with other things in the IP that are not, you know, sets of 3 movies. Like, Andor is obviously a prequel to Rogue One. But Rogue One was the first Star Wars standalone movie, and it was good. Solo wasn't fantastic, but it was still better than the sequel trilogy. And I say that as someone who thinks that The Force Awakens gets more flack than it deserves. Or like #1 Bernadette Lover, right? Like, it had one job. And now I have to do things the hard way. Like, it'll attack Dragon Lord. But not Bernadette. We just killed Bernadette with Feral Surge and got the refresh. 2 hours 38 minutes for a Feral Surge playthrough.
So that's it.
Pretty good.
You brought her back. I guess nothing is impossible for a Fate Maker. But why spare me?
I'm done living in a divided world. So many people kept apart by
Not even
fear
500?
and
Yeah, I
anger.
thought it would be over 500. Yeah, 479. And that's,
Being alone. But
like,
none of
I
us
was using
have.
it for movement.
Not even you.
I have felt alone. I
That's
thought
pretty
I'd lost
cool.
my connection to her when I stopped being her Fate Maker, but I'm still part of
Scott here,
this.
don't understand what this is.
Maybe
Okay,
I
so
can
we did a
to meet the
playthrough on Chaos 1 with this gear. I put Headsman's enchant on a body rune because I don't have a melee weapon, so I have no damage increasing enchants. This would just be on... the original concept was to use a level 1 melee weapon with this, but I found that it did too much damage, so I just opted to do this instead. We had a, perfect protagonizer, a good amnesia, arguably perfect for Feral Surging, and some ability Sharksbanes. To do Feral Surge as our only main source of damage. It was Feral Surge, Punches, and the Wyvern Companion. So no guns equipped unless we needed them to progress. No melee weapon, no spells. We didn't cast a single spell this playthrough. This was the skill tree, and I had my action skill keybind also incremented my counter. So the number of times I pressed F this playthrough, that 479. And I also timed it. So starting from when we got control in the Snoring Valley to when the Dragon Lord died, 2 hours, 38 minutes using just Feral Surge on Chaos 1. Feral Surge and punches.
Heroes, to meet you.
I do kind of want to do this with other action skills as well.
Was getting your ass kicked.
Like, with Barrage, I think.
earned that.
Probably do some different restrictions with that, but I think that's interesting.
I've never
Like, we'd have to use a gun, probably, so we could get the reload enchant
not trying to cloak the world in darkness.
on Ward.
But Stallion,
Yeah, here, how's my day? It's good, it's good, other than my ISP being terrible.
your head off and almost caused the end of the world. We cool? Head shake? Or, hoof shake?
Barrage should be a fun one. So, it did take me, like, because I couldn't sleep very well last night, I did spend a couple hours prepping for this. Like, you can see I've got a few different iterations of Body Rune here. I was considering different options. I've got a few different melee weapons. Like, I've got this level 1 Twin Soul with Headsman. That's what I was originally going to do, but I found out that it did too much damage.
Fine.
So, like, I spent some time prepping. Figuring out what difficulty to do the Barrage run on would be the big thing.
They're fine, His Hail Majesty says there's
Because you
nothing
can,
to
with
worry
absolutely
about.
perfect gear in every slot, with perfect damage shielding enchants and stuff, you can mob somewhat effectively with Barrage at C100. It's just the bossing becomes terrible. Could do like C50 and the bossing would still be pretty efficient. And I suppose it'd be a higher difficulty run than this because less mobility and less survivability. Like, we'd be a Spore Warden, so we would be inherently squishier there. Use a push pin, but you always have to miss the shot. And I could just use, like, a level 1 anything, really.
You've been busy, Tina. This cave is almost cozy.
Push pin or ski prod would have the best reload speed.
Baby, gonna be bomb
This push pin would make the most sense, yeah.
Is this a TZ? Mind if I sit down?
No.
You guys want to help me put together a rule set for that run? I think that'd be interesting. We could set up for the Barrage run and maybe do that tomorrow. I'm kind of on a Wonderlands challenge run kick right now. Also open to other ideas.
Do you
I thought about a Dire Sacrifice run.
Maker? They're cheering for you. You brought back our queen and hope along with her. You helped
250 sounds good.
me
For Barrage.
and all the citizens of Brighthoof.
What multi would you do?
There's one more thing.
That's a good question.
Her Majesty is waiting.
I'd probably do no spells, no melee weapon. Again. We'd have the one gun equipped. What multi would I do? Because Barrage has range, I would not run Stormspite on Clawbringer. I only ran that as a backup for Bernadette.
Once divided,
Proved to be a good choice.
Fat Stallion shall now finish what was left undone. You shall be made a knight of the realm.
Help me make ability, help me with my nails.
It's really happening.
Kneel, fate.
I guess Spell Shot makes some sense. If we were doing... Hey, Felicia, thank you for the 28 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. We did the run. We did the run. 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 479 feral surges. Spell shot makes sense, I guess, because, like, we could get some tank from mage armor. We'd have spell weaving, which would go into gun damage from magic bullets.
Now that you're a proper bloody knight, you'll need some proper bloody kit. Head over to the blacksmith. She'll help you tune your
What do you think, Jake?
just the way you like.
Also, Glenny, let me know when you're gonna stream, and I'll raid you.
She's just a girl and she's on fire. There you go, Quack.
Qua.
Qua to you as well. Thank you so much, Felicia. Got on about to get with added. I mean, not necessarily. I was gonna set up for the next challenge run. Just on stream so you guys can see the process for me doing that. I'll probably be live for a little bit longer. Decided I don't want to? Oh, that's fine. That is okay.
Nice to have the queen there.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up for the barrage run. I'm not gonna do the barrage run today, but still be on stream doing that. I'm chilling here in bed. Mood.
That's right. He thought you might need some magical assistance.
Okay, let's see. Let me get onto a Spore save. With Spore, you got the Mushroom Revive, there's a Gun Enchant, Reload, Heal your companions. That is true. We could have the Mushroom tanking for us. Jake, don't chew on that. Come on. Spell for higher castle run burr for more quality of life in the run, move speed, etc. Move speed's nice. I do like move speed. We do get some from Spore. Ooh, what if we did Grave? There's no logical reason to do it, but like what if we did? Yeah, this is the save I ended up converting to the Grey Bow Mule. God, I got the last stream ever. Literally zero reason to use Grave. Why am I primary class Stabbo? Hang on, let me... This is named Bow because Great Bows, not because Bow action skill. Let me fix this. I have another save somewhere. That's this one. It's this one. Just do a thing where you prove how easy it is to build. I've done that a couple times. I did no skill points barrage only at C50 when that was the max. Like endgame stuff. Okay, so yeah, this is Barbalode. What would we run in the amulet slot? I guess Protagonizer again, huh? Whatever gun you choose, you can make a level 1 to make sure it doesn't do damage. Yeah, level 1 pushpin seems like the play. We got that Protagonizer. You'd be going no spell. Oh, my inventory's full. Hang on. I have Mosquito right now, but I feel like that's too easy for the playthrough. What do we run instead of that? Gun Shark's Veins? Yeah, Gun Shark's Veins with, ability crit. Ability crit damage makes the most sense. edit those. Body rune's just like good for this. Because it's that extra damage and it's that heal. A Deathless for no reason or Corrupted Plate Mail. What else we got here? Amalgam just to get more comfy stats. Could go Tyrant's Truth to go hard mode and not have a pet. Kind of like that idea, actually. Be getting nothing out of it other than more difficulty, though. Then you could go Grave. Yeah. But it gives card boost. Right? Or, no, does Tyrant's Truth give regular gun damage? Either way, it'd just be a little bit of gun damage. Wouldn't be noteworthy. I guess Brutal Stampede could be good. It's Rego gun? Yeah. Okay. So it would apply, but it's what, 35%? Yeah. Just like get an armor passive at that point. Let's look at my bank for inspiration for the armor slot. Also, I need a push pin, so I might need to actually play some chamber to get one, because I don't think I have a 1 mag push pin anywhere. Amalgam's a solid choice, I think. Yeah, Amalgam makes a lot of sense, because then I could grab move speed while still having damage passes. I guess Smart Armor would be an interesting difficulty option thing. Like, it would further reward me actually hitting crits, but then things that I can't crit would just be miserable. Brutal Stampede, I think, would give me a little too much damage. Kind of like Mosquito. Head of the Snake would do nothing for me. Deathless would do nothing for me. Plate Mail would make survivability a little better, I guess. Diamond Gauntlets, Steel Gauntlets, not really practical here. Claw wouldn't really do much. Yeah, we're likely just looking at Amalgam here. Amnesia, not really synergistic with this since we're going to be trying not to take damage. Other stuff would just be like Calamity, which no use here. Cape of Tides, no real use here. Miasmic Mail, we're not doing dots. War Paradigm, not really planning on having a lot of spell damage, unless we do end up going Spell Shot. Which, like, maybe. What if we went super Giga Chad and just used a blank slate? Don't you weird chant me. Okay, maybe the weird chant was warranted there.
defeat life itself. Soon. 3. Be death's favorite. Forever.
Like, that would be smart armor. I could just easily edit. I think an amalgam seems like the play, though. We also get fashion if we're using amalgam. It simply looks better. Smart armor actually isn't bad. Right, because we can naturally crit with the bow. Hey, Coffee, how you doing? What do we want passives-wise? Gun damage, movement speed. You get ability damage and gun damage? Let me check the spreadsheet. Yeah, I can get... I would want all damage. Move speed, all damage, gun damage. Yeah, actually, do we do smart armor? I think smart armor, because that'll force me to aim and people will find that funny. Now, if we had a search bar to get area damage, I don't think Barrage gets area damage. Let me check the damage formula. Barrage does not get area damage. Yeah, it's just ability, gun, and class power. Not even elemental. So looking for a Spore primary smart armor, which I'm bound to have somewhere in here. There's one. That's perfect. So I'll mess around with that. Mess around with that. We think body rune's the play here, I guess. You know, I could run a purple with just like vagabond passives to run around faster. Bronco Buster could be fun. Some nice healing. Showcase that a bit. But I really like the dynamic of the body rune. You want to try Sekiro? I feel like if I interact with the gamer, it's going to get angry and hate it more. Do you like rhythm games, Mugro? It's relevant. It's relevant. I'm back. Welcome back, Sora. Like, yeah, I need that push pin now. Might need to go on to another character and just do some chamber runs until I get a 1 mag push pin. Nothing else about it matters. The Just Dance enthusiast back in my day. Okay, Sekiro's a rhythm game. Gotta head out for dinner later. Take it easy, Viper. No spell at all? Yeah, we're gonna do no melee equipped at all, no spell equipped at all. And the gun is only gonna be there for the ability to reload for this enchant. Really? Yeah, Sekiro's combat is a rhythm game. It is all about patterns and memorizing the appropriate counter to that pattern Like, there's a really cool speedrun category for Sekiro. It's blindfolded. This was at GDQ last year. It's about a 2-hour run, but blindfolded Sekiro, because it's like clockwork like that. You use audio cues and memorization. Okay, let's get on the spell build and do a quick boss run and hit the pistol bunny. You know, I'll go on Boris actually. We'll use Boris instead. I haven't used Boris in a minute. We're talking about games I enjoy. You like farming games?
But seriously, you should dare.
Not that much. So if you've not seen this, this is an optimized Stab-O-Matic build. Just clears chamber very quickly. It's good for grinding out gear and speedrunning. Obviously, if you die to puddles like that, it's less good for that, but... Come on, ISP. You got this. You can handle this. They do be throttling. Boris versus Puddle. I should be leading these, but oh well, I forgot. You're an alchemist to get ingredients for farming, you have to go out into the wild and do turn-based RPG things. That sounds fun. Oh, I wanted him to hit me and he just refused. Lastard's a boss, by the way. Allegedly. Boris, my beloved time. Yeah, we're just using Boris to get a push pin from the Pistol Bunny. Just pick the build to run and happen to be this one. Okay, easy sub 5-minute run. Quick and painless. Pushpin, 1 mag, there we go. That easy. Don't care that it's blue, that is fine.
Oh, don't look at...
And now we do a little bit of magic. Yeah, that looks good there. Sharks means we do... I guess, ability crit damage? Far Cry's a weird one because all of them do a thing I like, forgot to do something else in the process. Ubisoft moment. Go and do things. Take it easy, Sora. Have a good one. Far Cry 5 felt like the Simpsons hit and run cross state of emergency. The Simpsons hit and run is generally looked at as a very good game. So we've got that in place, got that in place. Body rune can stay that way, I guess. So, we got our level 1 blue pushpin. Got our barrage reload. This should be... that. There's our smart armor. I'll just figure out the skill tree. Figure out the hero points first. Hero points definitely max attunement because protagonizer. And I suppose strength. Intelligence useless here, wisdom useless here. Constitution arguably useful. I am running smart armor, so I don't get much out of dexterity, so I guess constitution. Definitely barrage. We don't want Quiver of Holding because it can interfere with our reload consistency. I guess we take Kindred Heart. I'm gonna go ahead and not take that, or do I take that? I'm not gonna run the Companion Heal enchant because I think that would make things a little too easy, or would it? Companion Health, either way. Do I take Spore Cloud? Because I don't think I take Spore Cloud unless I'm running ways of healing. We'll take that. Called shot, lol. So either way, we max that. I guess we're in a situation where take Spore Cloud anyway. And we take Headhunter and Wrath of Nature. That leaves us 20 skill points to play around with the other class. What do we get of value from other classes? We don't have a spell, so we can't get max haste from Stabbomancer. The class feat would be minimally impactful because we're going for natural crits. I don't know about Fart Cloud. We might just change course and put a dead point there. Like, the cooldown one. Burr would give us that bonus element, would give us consistent move speed and stuff, but I worry about that making it too easy, you know? Blightcaller doesn't give us much here. Really doesn't give us much. Burr spell. Yeah, spell gives us magic bullets. And mage armor. But that is also easy. Do we just go mono class here? Like just Spore Warden? Claw no, Grave no. Do we just go Spore Warden? Nothing else? Make it a real challenge? I think Spell Shot you have to be constantly reloading. I'm already gonna be doing that. Spell Shot's been mostly ruled out because it would be too good. Spell and Burr are the natural choices for this build archetype, but we're trying not to make it too easy. Like for the Feral Surge run, I did it without weapons and spells. Like we had no guns, no melee weapon, no spell equipped. And it still worked out to be like pretty easy. Like it was well, I guess it's reset now, but you know, well under 3 hours for the full playthrough. Alright, fuck it. We'll go mono class. Play the angles isn't useful here because we're not going to be shooting. I guess it's companion crit chance. Alright, here, we'll do this. I'm not investing that because that'll negatively affect me, and I'm not investing that because that'll positively affect me. Big Claw, does Barrage get the bonus fire because it's gun damage? No. Barrage is ability damage that scales with gun damage bonuses. So, Oath of Fire would not benefit. Clawbringer Tree would do next to nothing, but it would introduce the Wyvern, which would be, like, actually killing. Maybe, depending on how high chaos I go. The skill tree, it's pain, isn't it? I mean, we could take Burr just for the bonus element. Nah. Don't spec him, fuck it. Yeah, just leave 4 unspec'd. Based. Will it let me roll onto this blue pistol? No, I'll have to do the thing for that. Okay, that's fine. 1 second. Pebble Pigeon, that's a good one. Finish homework for today? Let's go. More wabbit hunting? You wanna? Yes. Just off stream or what? So we got this now. A reload, passive heal for companions. Now, this doesn't actually go down with level, so it looks like it's 0. It's not 0. It's full value. Off stream? Okay.
This will sting. A lot, several times.
So playthrough will be this. I think. Let me change the voice so we get a different voice experience as well.
Begin afresh.
Cool. Pet is still named Cat. As an Malwand weapons, the radiation is primary element.
Like a
I believe so, but don't remember offhand. Only ever seen it as secondary. Don't remember offhand. It's possible it's only secondary. They can? Okay. Stone's one says they can, so I'll believe it. So, tomorrow will be Barrage Challenge Run? What chaos do we want to do? Is the question. The save's on 50 right now. I think that's a good place to try. We're doing Mono Spore Warden, no melee weapon, no spell. Gun won't do any meaningful damage. Barrage. With smart armor, so like, I am really forced to actually hit crit spots, because this crit chance $50 sounds good to try. Oh, so before stream tomorrow, I will reset playthrough progress with save editor on the save. And we'll do the thing. Quag helped, Quag likes helping. So yeah, bit of a short stream today. I don't normally stream Sundays, but I figured I'd do that challenge. It took way less time than I thought it would. That whole Feral Surge run took less than 3 hours. I will be live tomorrow as per usual. My day off for the week was moved to Saturday. This schedule and stuff. Do the barrage run, and I'm open to suggestions for more Wonderlands challenge runs. I've been enjoying doing these. Let me see if anyone's a little live right now. Lazy's playing Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, let's go over there. So thank you, everyone. I will see you next time. Mr. Glenn and I are gonna do some Pokemon for a little bit and probably be in Discord. If anyone's a Pokemon fan. Then later today, I'm gonna catch up on my shows and movies and stuff. Last of Us TV show. If I have time, watch Glass Onion. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And eat some good food, play a game you like, do the thing. Okay, bye.